reviewing that show. We here to review that show. And if we think we can, we can still review that show. All the people be trying to review like us, but you know they can. It's Marty, and that's it.
Review that show, bitch!
Well, you do pills?
Well, who does pills?
Marty does pills.
Who does pills?
I do
What?
pills, Marty.
Nobody does pills.
I mean, I
do
don't drug shame unless it's meth, but you know.
I do crack.
Okay, of course.
Or
Not
heroin.
meth.
Oh, heroin. Like heroin and meth, I kind of drug shame.
Yes.
But I have a friend who's done meth before, and he
Oh, yeah?
explained the experience to me. And he's like, you know, like he said, what's crazy is, it is freaking amazing, and that's most likely why long term when people get addicted and fucked up, because like he was like, bro, like I forced.
Describe it like that.
Man, he said I forced myself to hop off it
Okay.
because I ain't want to, you know, he a vain nigga. So he was like, I ain't want, you know, my looks to start getting affected. He's like, I did it, like he said, I did it up and on a little bit. My looks never got affected like the stereotype. But like, he understands the addiction nature of it because, you know, like he said, it's amazing. He's like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna tell you the bullshit. It's fire. You know, like, but it's you don't hear every day that meth is a beast.
This shit is
But
amazing, man.
but it
You
makes
don't wanna do
sense.
it.
Everything that you do know about it
You will.
from just looking at the people that are meth heads, they wouldn't be doing that to themselves for nothing that felt whack. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, would you really become an addict? Feel the need to know the consequences. Let your teeth fall out. Let your skin get fucked up. Would you do all that if that shit didn't feel good like that?
Probably not. No.
You know what I mean?
But, like when you hear from them, like you hear from somebody who just can't say no, it sounds like it
Yeah,
sounds
whatever,
like a
nigga.
terrible drug. Somebody who's able to kick it,
Yeah, he kicked it.
comes back and tells you, "Hey, it's amazing." It's like, oh man, I believe that guy.
Yeah, he kicked it, but like
What is that about?
but he knew it was the beginning of the end. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, hold
You
up.
knew to walk away.
It's like, I'm glad he had the self-awareness to be like, wait, I like this. I shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
I like this.
They're calling it a reboot now.
I don't know, man. We're going to get to it. I didn't read the story.
Okay.
We're recording, by the way.
Are we recording? Oh, okay, fair enough. I did not know that was happening.
Yeah.
Are we recording? You sure?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, you
Yes,
and
You can
your
hear me, huh?
maybe
Here, J.Steel on the mic.
J.Steel is...
possibility.
Possibility.
Call me J. Snot.
That's nasty.
Wow.
I think that's everything I want. So welcome to Reviewing That Show, y'all. You know,
Welcome.
what are you doing? What are you doing over there?
What's going on?
Uh-huh. All on the phone.
The influencers making noise.
She's the influencer.
People talk to me all day.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what to do.
I don't care about them people.
You gotta tell people to be quiet.
Just saying, man. Oh, I need to stop making this noise. This is that actor guy, Mr. Bats, man. Welcome to Reviewing That Show, man. We get into comic book shit sometimes, movie shit sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeremy win. TV shit sometimes.
I offered.
Sometimes we just
Sit
talk
in the
about
cubby.
what's going on. You can't sit in the cubby. The cubby too far.
You can hear me from all the way over there.
She so warned you.
I'm not
Like,
about to
I don't
argue
care,
on the
man.
mic about technical things that I'm already knowing I'm right about. Like, I'm not gonna argue that I know right.
Yeah, all that.
You hear
You've
me?
seen your levels.
Bro,
You don't know what level I'm on.
all that. This that actor guy, Mr. Bass, man. Representing the FlyWithBats Podcast. Loving the Reviewing That Show. And, you know, I'm here with my partners in TV, film, comic book, black lore, crime. I'm just saying shit at this point while I'm busting open a gun, by the way.
Busting open. Ugh.
So that's how you know a non-smoker that's the reaction to that statement.
Oh, yeah.
Or this is
Hit it with ease.
this your form of stalling?
Oh, yeah, this is
I
my
like
form
it.
of styling. Do
Are,
like that?
are you sick right now or are you high?
Oh, I didn't feel like I was that high right now.
That high. There we go.
Yeah.
You're noticeable.
Nah, I feel like I hit like the first quarter, not all 3 or 4. I'm sorry, it's actually 4 quarters. I only hit the
Case
first
in
one.
point.
I only hit the first one, and then I thought about hitting the rest of it. But yeah, that's my way of styling. So That's my stall in there.
That's your stall.
Skip 30 seconds. Everyone listening.
No.
Maybe 30 seconds. But if you're skipping 30 seconds, you might segment. You want to go to lowratingpictures.com. Click on your 30.
You're 90.
You're 90. Well, this nigga.
You're 90. What?
Listen, your favorite host, Marty, co-host the show there with. What's his name?
You know he high. His snaps even slow.
Yeah, they all slow. My hands are a little clammy. I was like, I couldn't get the proper snap out. You know how it is? My hands are warm over here. They're warm right now. But I co-host the show there with, see, they're not the same.
It's not the same.
What's his name? The Arrogant Observer, because his ass is listening and he's probably, his eyes twitching right now, and he's very upset. So is the cat. Anyway, that's all I got.
Hi, guys. It's J.Steel.
Oh, wow.
See how low she is?
And
she was talking about being 5 feet further.
Okay, I can't even hear right now. Hi, guys. I'm getting over not the flu, because it's not the flu. I found that out, thank God.
Thank you.
Getting over just snot.
Why she keep going to this snot shit?
Because that's what it is. It's just liquid.
It's not new.
They really want to know that.
In the head and in the ears, and I can't hear anything. So.
Why don't you hate that?
Yeah, I'm J Snot. And you can follow me on the Instagram at I am J.Steel _. You can also follow my amazing food blog at FatGirlNola, because I am the FatGirlNola. I'm also on the Misbelief Podcast.
Radio Show Podcast.
This is my intro.
I'm saying what the leader said last time we was out on the show. He called it the Misbelief Radio Show Podcast. I was like, I was thinking in my mind that we just had this conversation
on the show.
Yeah, I was like, oh wow, I never thought about what he said until he said it that time. I was like, oh, so he said
so you niggas go out into the world and say it that way.
That's how I felt.
Spread the word.
That's how I felt. I'm like, oh, I've been told this how it goes.
Well, I'm from the Misbelief Radio Show Podcast.
Okay, there we go. That sounds about right.
Intro.
Yeah.
Oh man. And I'm just laughing for a few reasons. Marty swore, J.Steel. Marty swore that they were going to have a 30-minute podcast on the last episode of Your 30. He even made a vow at the top of the podcast.
First of all, y'all be smoking. That's not possible.
Only him. Lawrence don't smoke.
Lawrence doesn't. Yeah, Arrogant Observer doesn't.
All it takes is
partake. No, all it does is take his. And then he's like, well, apparently it's my fault because I'm a long way.
We appreciate you, Larry Universe.
Oh, we do, Larry Universe.
Yeah, man. But like, yeah.
You are also Forager. When Forager is oh no. What? No, when Forager is what is his name with Bug? Fred Bug. You are Fred Bug. That's who you are with 2 G's. You're Fred Bug with 2 G's.
Wow.
Fred Bug with 2 G's.
Now this is audio. This is audio based, so no one.
Oh right.
No one listening. No, I'm just saying no one listening. I ain't gonna say they don't know what you're talking about because they watch Young Justice. You know, this is a blurred podcast. If they watch Young Justice, they gonna catch the reference. But what I'm saying is, as soon as you call Lawrence Forager, it's like a weird thing clicked for me in the same way that him being Steven Universe clicked for you. Got like, oh my God, he's kind of Forager. And you can't even understand, L-Dub, if this is a diss or a big ups because you don't watch that show. So you better go watch you some Young Justice to find out.
Forager does not sound like a compliment. I don't want to say what I picture because it's really mean.
Forager's cool. I love Forager. Cool.
That's why, yeah, okay. There's qualities there.
There's just qualities there.
I picture like a combination of... the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy that collects all the junk, that dude, and Jabba the Hutt.
Okay, you might be going somewhere with some Jabba.
Yeah.
Now it don't look like Jabba, but the mere fact that you went alien, he's an alien.
That's the right way to go.
He's an alien. You know, and he's a cool ass alien, but he just.
But he has a charm that.
Yeah, he's so lovable though.
You know what? Let's not spoil it.
Yeah, man.
You gotta watch Young Justice now and save the streaming service because apparently they're about to cancel it.
They're about to cancel the DC streaming service?
Yeah, well, I had a coworker tell me that.
What?
Because I was, talking.
I just keep getting emails about how much they're adding to it. So what the hell is he talking about?
Are they adding to it? Great.
Comic books and shit.
Oh. Yeah, I heard that there's not the membership is down, subscription.
Because y'all ain't giving us enough of what we want.
Bitches.
Yeah, and they're saying people are, that's what my coworker said, that people aren't being patient right now. And I said that it's because beyond Titans and Young Justice, this is like Netflix streaming live the very first time, the very first day. There's just not a lot of stuff there. There's room to grow, a lot of room to grow.
So we went on a live tour of it. A few episodes back, didn't we?
Yeah.
And
we did.
Yeah, we came to the conclusion of this is limited. And with so many things coming, because I'm more than sure, like when Disney dropped this shit, it's gonna be
ready for that.
But they're gonna be so ready for us, right? You know what I mean? I don't think there's gonna be times I'm gonna be like, damn, this Disney thing limited.
But when is like Disney ever like Disney always lets DC do their thing and then like, well, we're gonna do the opposite and better.
I mean Disney is not just towards DC. I mean, the thing is, Marvel has had its unlimited for a while. They just don't have stream, like when it comes to their comic books, their unlimited comic subscription. They've been shitting on DC as far as that goes, because Marvel Unlimited, man, is like you get like
it's like everything back catalog.
Damn near. It's not everything, but it's damn near, nigga. And then on top of that, you know, after about a few months, you get the new shit in its entirety and stuff. And it's crazy. DC, they didn't have it unlimited, so it's whatever they would put on their website, that's what would be available. And it's like, nah, son, that's not enough when you got your direct competitor basically giving you the entire catalog.
Yeah.
And you out here trying to curate what the fuck we are paying, what we're paying you to give us. You know what I mean? So now they tried to get better with these subscription services, DC Universe Online joint. And once again, their comic book section is rising, like it is. But you sold this as not just a comic book thing. You didn't come out to say we're the Marvel Unlimited competitor, so they do comics, we do comic subscriptions. No, you tried to make it seem like it's a streaming service with TV and everything else.
Do they ever, because I know you said that they do like a show or
they have a
something,
few little shows.
They have like a live show where they talk DC or something like that, right?
Yep, there's a live show they talk DC. There's a live show where there's a few things where they get into like behind the scenes or the making of Young Justice, certain things. There's a few things for the fans, but not enough. Like you fucked yourself.
You gave me a set trip to Aquaman and a set trip to Shazam. You give me an exclusive clip that's not running on TV, can't be seen somewhere else. You give me that shit,
the back cap. You should have every Superman movie.
Every Superman, right?
You should have everything. Just like how Disney pulling all this shit off Netflix. Not all, but a lot of shit off Netflix because they add into their shit. Yeah. So I'm saying, my nigga, dog, there's no reason why I can't watch Superman 2. You heard me? There's no reason.
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Just pulling something out my ass. Like you should even have pilots of shit. You have the pilot for that old Aquaman CW show, but I should have even more. Like it should be like I should be able to get very nerdy in your catalog, like for real. Because DC, you been around, been doing shit.
You should have secured the rights to Smallville.
Smallville should be on your shit, you know?
Yeah, it should be on there. I mean, that's a
no-brainer.
Makes sense, yeah.
And there's a bunch of these no-brainers that I'm like, dog, y'all launched this, but you didn't have this.
Y'all got the old school Flash on there, don't they?
There's the old school Flash. They got the George Reeves Superman show.
I mean...
There's a few things I was like, okay.
I mean, that's cool if you're... It's not a broad place. It's like, this is a specific thing. Like, that's really dope that they have that there. But that's not gonna satisfy the masses. That's only gonna satisfy like a handful of people, like that, or gonna really appreciate that shit. Right. Not for what is it, $8, $7 a month?
It's like $8. Yeah, it's $8 a month basically. And I'm like, man, like if you're bored, you will not be bored going on their website, especially as like a comic nerd type nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like there's always gonna be like something that you could read or something that you could watch in a micro. But I'm saying like you said. For what we're paying for and for what it's supposed to represent, that's not it. So I tried to Google it to see, but I haven't seen anything about them getting canceled. Maybe that's your partner opinion.
He's also one of those folks who like kind of goes through Twitter and YouTube and he's listening to those people who are live streaming and or has like inside tracks on stuff. He's a
conspiracy theorist.
Yes, that's the word. Yeah. So I mean, I honestly though, you're the only person I know that has it. Everybody loved Young Justice. Everybody is so fucking interested in it. Nobody I know has the service though. Everybody can talk to you about Young Justice. Nobody has the shit. Nobody gave Titans a chance. for some reason, people are holding that fucking trail against them, dude. And it's like, excuse me, I have to fight to get them on board and be like, yeah, everybody jokes about the fuck Batman moment, but I'm like, dude, that plays out so differently in the moment. And it's like, you gotta see it, and it's a hard sell.
But the thing is, Titans is a hard sell of a show. Technically, it's not really a great show, though.
It's not. Okay.
You know, like
that's what it is.
I understand.
That's why it's a hard sell.
That's what I'm saying. The people that don't like Titans, I understand why they don't like Titans. Like, you know what I mean? But I understand why it keeps my attention. Like, you know, I keep telling you, son. It's like Gotham.
To succeed.
It's like Gotham, son. I can watch Gotham and take it for what it is, but understand why everyone hates it. I feel the same way about Titans. I can put on an episode of Titans, take it for what it is, and still understand. Like, Titans fucked up. I always say that Titans fucked up by not giving the Dick Grayson that we need. Don't get me started on Titans. That's one of the most frustrating shows that I actually like that we watch, bro.
I actually
It frustrates me, bro.
Okay. I was gonna.
What you about to say? I ain't trying to cut you off. I'm just saying.
No. Well, what I'm thinking in my head is that it's like that show actually gave me an appreciation for Dick Grayson.
But it doesn't give you Dick Grayson.
It doesn't. But
no dick.
He get no dick.
None.
Bruh. There's a moment in
when I'm watching Young Justice, I'm saying this is my Dick Grayson right here.
Yeah,
that's Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
Let her get her giggity out. She's so whack.
That's the dick you want there.
I'm saying it's the dick. It is the dick I want. And when you think about the guy in the Titan show, bro, does he exude any of that though? I'm not supposed to. Does he exude any of that? Like. The Nightwing I read in the comics, that's not him, son. It's like, I can take him, if he's this way for that season because he's going through shit, I'm cool. But I need him not to be Oliver Queen in season 3. You know what I mean? I need him to get out. Dick Grayson's not a brooding character. He goes through moments of fucked up shit, but he even handles his fucked up shit like trying to be optimistic. That's why Batman needs him, because Batman is not. You know what I'm saying? He's the other half of it. So when you got me with this, I only can imagine what Batman's like in this world if your Dick Grayson is already fucking dark.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I can't argue with anything that you said, but in terms of a live action like adaptation, like this is their representation of what they saw on the page. Or
I don't think that's the representation that's on the page.
That's what I mean. What they saw. I mean,
I feel like they're purposely giving us a different thing.
You were. So I remember one thing in particular. You argued for him in this regard. I said that I thought that he was a little too much of a pretty boy. And you were I
want him to be a pretty boy. Dick Grayson is a pretty boy, wise, cracking, smooth. Once again, most people say that he is like the beacon of the DC universe. If there's somebody everybody will turn to or everybody loves, is Dick Grayson. You know what I mean? He ain't. When you can't talk to Batman, we'll go talk to Dick. Go ahead, get your kids.
And he's more skilled though.
You always talk to Dick.
The Dick is more skilled though.
Dick
is skilled, and I've never given him credit for being as skilled as Dick is.
I mean, he represents his bird well.
Yeah,
he goes from Robin to Nightwing, so you know he's a bird about the dick, or is he a dick about the bird? I don't know, but continue.
In terms of him being a leader, I feel like he exuded those things,
those
traits.
Yeah, you got the leader thing in Titans.
And in terms of well, that kind of also falls under being a leader. This another thing, just falling under his skill. I mean, yeah. Granted, I don't. Yeah, you still don't think he's a badass?
No. He is a badass. But again, if you're trying to get me swayed over to believe that character is Dick Grayson by telling me that he's a good leader, he could fight.
Yeah.
Iron Fist. Diggle.
No.
Okay, I can't fight, but you know what I'm saying? You know how many people that we can see
missing one of those things.
Is a good... I set myself up with that one. But I was saying there's a lot of characters that can fight that are good leaders that don't make them motherfuckers Dick Grayson. I mean, like, if he just was a little lighter, like I said, this could just be where he starts. I just hope that all these characters are evolving into who they are going to be, and that's where they are isn't a fixed point. And that wouldn't make no sense anyway, or else we wouldn't get a good show.
Fair enough.
Straight up and down. But
I hope your service don't get canceled, sir.
I mean, they better hope I don't cancel the fucking service. That is highly probable and possible. Though. I'm gonna try and stick it out like just does Movie Pass. You still with them?
Are you
I forgot
still
I had
with
them.
Okay, that's a yes.
That's
They're just
instant
taking
yes.
my money down.
Well,
I swear to God, you might as well upgrade if you're gonna stay with them.
When you get a sec though, yeah, like pull it up. I'd love to know what's playing.
Nothing,
in towns.
probably.
No, yeah, more than likely. I'm just
They're
curious.
literally just taking my money. Like, I forgot.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna take your money. At least get the real.
I'm not giving them more money. No.
Yes, you said that 2 months ago on this podcast.
I lied.
She gonna keep giving them
I
money.
mean,
All I'm saying is give 5 more.
No,
At least you
I'm
can see
not
whatever you
sure.
want. You can at least see whatever you want. Then
I'm either gonna keep donating or just cancel.
if you keep donating, it's goofy not to upgrade because you're not seeing any of those
I'll
movies.
probably
I
cancel
mean,
them.
oh,
I can see
look
Mary
at you can
Poppins.
see Mary Poppins right now.
Yeah.
That's
lit.
interesting.
3 months
What
after
else
that.
can you see?
Nothing.
Not Cold War. Okay, Mary Poppins is an option. Nothing else. Okay. Anything?
Oh, I can go
Oh, you can
Beale
see you can
Street.
see a black movie.
Yeah.
I'll let you see the niggers.
We could go see Beale Street if it's still like that tomorrow, but guess what? It most likely won't be.
Yeah, but can I see Glass? I can see
Oh
Glass.
snap! You can see Glass too.
So
Wow.
you could just walk out right before the
I can
end.
go see Upside.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck that
Have a
is.
good day.
I think I've
Can I
heard
see
of
Kevin Hart.
that.
Aquaman? No, I can't see Aquaman.
Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston.
Oh, the one that y'all keep saying is an Oscar Oscar bait.
Oscar
I
bait.
could have
Yeah,
seen
they so
Spider-Man,
wanted
but
it.
Movie Pass told me I already saw it.
That's
See
just funny.
Green Book.
Yeah, I almost saw Greenbook today, man. If I didn't have to run around, man.
This
It's
nigga Marty almost saw Greenbook so many times at this point. I can't
I
wait to
did.
finally see it so we can finally talk about this.
I was this close today, but then at the last minute I realized, oh yeah, that's right. You have to be the chauffeur now. And I'm like, oh, well, the plans you made when you weren't the chauffeur. You know, cause it's like my day. I know this is gonna be my day off. It's like I try to plan it out as much as I can prior, so I don't, spend a lot of time, wasting the day away, which I can easily do. So I make a list of everything I gotta do, and that was on the list because I was like, right around this time period is right before we record. I have just enough time to get there and get back. And sure enough, just kind of messed up. But maybe next week.
Hopefully, man. I stand by it. I don't give a fuck what the controversy is, man. It's still one of the best movies of 2019. That's why I keep on winning all these goddamn awards and shit. Big ups to Black Panther though for winning that SAG for Best Picture.
Yeah.
The Green Book controversy may be starting to weigh on it, man. Because I was wondering, like, it's been getting even in after the Oscars, even his director catches some flack for some reason. So it's a curious time, dog. But like, really big ups to Black Panther for winning the Best Picture for SAG. Like, that's nuts. Like, when you take that in. Like, that is nuts. So, good shit.
Oh, yeah.
This nigga here.
Sorry, it's playing in my head. I just thought it'd be appropriate right now to do it out loud.
But I remember you and on the Your 90, man, you and
you nigga.
you and the
You
L
gonna start calling it after Your 90.
I hope
Your 90 with
y'all get observed, bro. I'm telling you. Your 60 don't got the same ring, man. But that Your 90, boy, that Your 90, you can catch this 90.
Remember when we was 30? Now we 90.
So I told you
Take
at 100,
that,
bro. At
bitch.
100, we might be dropping the sides. But I said this.
Okay.
I said on the last episode that, man, we might just go. You just gonna have to know odds is one show, evens is another show. You know what I mean? And just so we can have our accurate numbers. Because like realistically, we put out like 2 podcasts a week, and they're both the same number. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Fair. Oh, so because y'all always count.
Those
like,
are 2
basically.
completely different podcasts, really, when
They
it comes to
are.
like what we're doing on them.
And even if you took the side A and side B, the segments would still be in those respective places, so it would be easy to distinguish.
Yeah,
You know.
you know what you're getting on that deal. It's one of those
Right.
evens. Yeah,
So, I mean, yeah.
we'll see. It might work. I say when we get 100, we're gonna do some shit like that. When we get 100.
Fair enough.
But what I was trying to say? Anyway, I forget. Let's get into this. Birds of Prey just dropped a teaser.
Oh, did they?
It just dropped a teaser. Birds of Prey has Journey Smollett playing Black Canary. Of course, it's the return of Harley Quinn. Margot Robbie's amazing Harley Quinn, the standout of Suicide Squad, as everyone knows. Huntress, I forget who's playing Huntress, but yeah, it's a teaser, so I'm gonna put my freaking hopes down. Because oftentimes teasers let me down because I have higher expectations for getting, it's supposed to be a tease.
fuck was that?
That was a cock tease if I've ever seen
No.
one. That was the worst kind.
That was bad.
That was almost like leaving it inside of the pants. That's an over the pants.
That was like
cock tease. That's just.
I was
That's
like,
not.
I'll come over and get sexy, and then I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna have
go
on.
to my car.
I'm gonna be a
even
man.
though I'm in my
Let me
house.
get that.
Was that even 30 seconds? Was
Not
that
even a length. That shit was just weird.
that looked like a
that
photo
wasn't-
shoot?
They weren't even on set.
It like a promo photo
It
shoot.
looked like they said, "Look, motherfuckers, we need to make some shit.
All right.
Go in this
everybody.
damn building
I know you guys have been
and
filming
twirl around and
all
shit."
day.
Bruh.
Okay, but since you still got your makeup on, you're still in costume. Look here, take a couple shots.
They
Go
definitely
in this
shot
room
that.
here. You know, and we're gonna
With the
film
B
you
team.
guys. Yeah, with the B team. All right. Hey, we've got sexy bartenders here to pour your shots.
I mean, did Billy the Pimp take over this too from the fire? What you call it? It's like when he was shooting those freaking videos. And all the videos had all the models and all that shit. Yeah, so I feel like, goddamn, we get fire fested.
That was like a fire fest type.
We just got fire fested.
That should so be a thing now, man.
Now get fire fested. You heard it here first.
If you do get fire fested, make sure you get the Ja Rule treatment though. That nigga. That wasn't my fault.
I'm trying to find it someplace else to make sure I'm not tripping, dog. If people are calling it a short teaser trailer, no, you shouldn't call it nothing.
That's not a teaser.
You shouldn't even call it a teaser.
Anything.
You shouldn't call it anything. That's them on set.
All of them on Saturday night.
Chilling.
They're not even on set. This is how Margot Robbie goes out on the weekends.
It's 20 seconds. What?
Okay, well,
This was stupid.
I didn't need this.
I'm gonna pretend like I didn't watch it. Don't play it again.
And I'm making sure that I'm not tripping. Nope, that was it. This is stupid. I would rather
Did
you give
anybody
me anything.
see,
You could just put out pictures.
Smollett, the Journey. Did anybody see her? Did I miss her? I mean, no. I mean,
no,
they
showed a silhouette. They showed a silhouette. They showed a silhouette.
I might have missed her. Shit so fast.
Yeah,
Rosie Perez in this mug too.
Yeah, I think she playing Renee Montoya
Jesus Christ.
from GCPD.
Why, man?
She scares me, but I love her.
Oh my god.
Really? She's scared?
She's just intense.
Oh.
Rosie Perez, yeah, you're interesting.
Not in a bad way. Though. I don't mean that in a negative way. I like her.
I got you.
But still, just the words you're using, I never would have thought of for Rosie Perez's up.
Yeah, I feel like with a lot of the stuff she be in, she's just always like high energy, stirring up some shit, but not all the time, no.
Okay.
They said she's too much for me. She's too much energy.
No, I like
That's
it.
nice.
I'm just like, ooh.
Man, y'all heard about them on to redo the Nanny with Cardi B? Yeah, like the Nanny wants her to be her replacement, and she won't be like, that's my daughter.
Like Fran Drescher.
Fran Drescher wants Cardi B to be her daughter in a remake of the Nanny.
God, the show.
Yeah.
Okay,
Come on,
Cardi.
let it out. Let it out.
All right.
Come on.
So
Come on.
a couple reasons why this won't happen.
Okay.
I don't believe Cardi B's schedule will allow her to do a sitcom. I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I
What
could
they
be
decide they won't
wrong.
make a movie?
Huh?
What they decide they won't make a movie?
I mean,
Or
I think
what
that's
they
more
Or what
plausible.
they Netflix that shit and just shoot like 12 eps. Something.
Oh, and just shoot them all. Just
at
have her
once.
block out 2 months and just shoot the
Boom,
whole
boom,
thing.
boom, boom, boom. And you put that shit on Netflix like Full House and shit. And now you got...
Okay, all right. I guess second question now then is because that's more plausible.
Mm-hmm. You got
Can
it.
Cardi B act?
Huh.
Have we seen her do anything ever?
Skits.
We have seen.
We've seen skits, but
I just feel like
How
people
many
just want her to be
other-
her. I just feel like people just want her to be her, and that I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want that. But if it happened, I would, support it. But I don't want that. I feel like that would go the way of that Reverend Run sitcom.
Oh,
that went nowhere.
Nowhere. I saw that.
That was just like a money grab, man. It's like you stole Netflix's money just to give your family
make
a
some
show.
bullshit right
And
quick.
it's kind of like, who can fault you for it? It's, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Who would you have said no? Hell no. No.
Well, I think people just. I think people just
it's
attracted
awful.
to the charm of that because people just love Cardi. But part of Fran Drescher is that same type of charm of you kind of annoying, but you lovable, whatever.
I don't want to see Cardi act. Please. Don't.
But that's where you fucked it up for me when you asked me that specific question.
What?
Can she act?
I mean, what if she can?
I mean, who knows? But the purest in me of being an actor myself is like I kind of tired of these cats coming in off their name but no skill. Like I was just watching Ant-Man and the Wasp that's on Netflix right now, and like T.I.
I knew you was gonna say T.I.
Like he was better than the first one or something.
He was. I don't know what happened with the second one, man. I think he was worried about something.
I think he just. I think he wanted to outdo Luis because he wanted to be in a breakout character in that film, and so he wanted to be all extra and shit. But you can't. Like the writing for you ain't even for that. And he just was just like.
They tried to give him a little more to do at least.
Luis got more shit to do. Them niggas. I mean, I dug Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm glad I caught it, but goddamn it.
Is Michael Pena, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's so impossible. Not fair. That's not fair. It's Michael Pena, though.
Right. An actual actor.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I mean, my man gave his daughter his cape. All right. And my man gave his daughter his. That's a Crash reference.
I forgot he was in Crash.
Right, a whole different dude though when you look back at that.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
It's almost a transformation when you look at him today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And he was a thug on some shit.
Yeah, I love that.
Or something, not thug.
No, he wasn't a thug. Actually, yeah, he kind of. I guess he was a reformed.
Like reformed.
Yeah, like he
trying to
get his life together, or whatever, but he got out.
Dog, I swear to God, every time you make a Crash reference, I just remember that I owned that film and probably only seen it once or twice. I remember seeing it in theaters and believing the hype. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna watch it again and realizing, oh, I see what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna watch it again.
Okay.
Crash fan J.Steel. You never saw Crash?
We're old.
That's silence. Yeah, y'all are old.
That's fine.
I was gonna save my old jokes for later.
She just has them, just ready.
Since we're here.
I mean, yeah, why not? You know, let's bust them out. I think.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
You say since we're here, you didn't follow up with anything?
No, I decided to wait. I just didn't tell y'all. Y'all didn't hear me.
I changed my mind.
I changed my mind in my mind.
Keisha Cole does this now.
So apparently the Batman, Matt Reeves the Batman, gets a 2021 release date.
Why?
Wow.
What you mean why? It's not Ben Affleck.
I just want them to stop making Batman movies.
You just, nigga, you blasphemous.
Good luck.
She said stop making Batman movies. No, you almost shit.
Their money maker.
You almost got muted on the damn podcast. Mute J.Steel, hashtag it.
I
The
love
fuck?
Batman. It's just
Stop making Batman movies. It's because they fucked up. We got him in. No. No.
Like I'm so tired.
No.
Christian Bale.
No.
Me too.
I mean, the next Batman might actually be cool, dude.
Maybe. I'm just nervous. I'm skeptical. They gave us Ben Affleck.
No, son, but the
Where you
new
going
director.
after that?
Were you a fan of the Planet of the Apes trilogy? Have you seen it?
I've seen the first one.
You seen the worst one?
God. The worst one?
Yes.
Oh fuck! What are you talking about,
Uh-oh.
dude? That is the best start to the beginning. Caesar is home, baby. What are you talking about, man?
No, it's a great movie. It's a great trilogy. But you gonna rank it above the other two?
No, but they all got but that's not fair. They all got progressively better. By the time you're at the third one, you're at the peak.
You're right, but she only saw the first one. And that's what I'm saying.
It's still a great movie, but you can't shit on it.
I'm not shitting at all.
Just because they got better,
I'm not shitting.
You can't shit on that one.
I'm not shitting at all. I'm just saying, dog, Matt Reeves only think directed the first one.
No,
he only did the second and third.
Yeah,
so my point can't be proven to show her how amazing he is as a director because she only saw the fucking first one, which isn't even the best of the trilogy. The best came when a nigga who's now about to direct Batman took over. The whole tone changed. It was his idea to do everything.
It's just the way I can't. I'm not arguing with what you're saying. It's the way you're saying it.
If she only saw the first one, right? There's no way for us to even have an idea. Because the second one goes years in the future, goes left as fuck. Like, it goes so left that she wouldn't even, I wouldn't even be able to say, oh, this guy's cool because of this. Oh, I saw the first, okay.
I know. I get what you're, I get it's the connection to Matt Reeves that you're trying to convey.
It's a connection to Matt Reeves. And the fact
it's not that the first movie sucks.
No, I liked all three.
Right, okay.
Like they all, that's a great trilogy. But at the end of the day, the third one damn near make you cry. The second one stick with you. by the time you get to the end, you gotta ask twice about the first one and certain shit going on because the second and third got too real.
See, now we can't do any more talking now.
That's
she
fine.
has to watch them.
That's becoming a list that J.Steel has to watch. Fuck.
But yet I'm watching weird ass.
When you watch them, they will come.
Not things that are
Right, but yeah, she's watching odd documentaries and shit.
Oh, gosh.
Can somebody freaking like recommend the trilogy, the Planet of the Apes trilogy out there?
I'm gonna watch it.
Please do. I at least have the second one. I'm pretty sure I bought it like on a Black Friday. I haven't opened it yet, so I'm gonna find it. You guys are gonna watch that.
I'm saying since you saw the first one, you're going for part 2. Like we just watched part 2 and part 3. Those two are just so connected, like because the same nigga made them, of course.
Yeah.
But so apparently some more story Matt Reeves is dropping about.
What else? Oh wait, did you see Cloverfield?
Jesus Christ.
That's her shit, man. You
love Cloverfield?
I saw all of them.
You like Cloverfield? No, you don't like Cloverfield.
I like the okay, so let me tell you something about quick little thing.
Never mind.
Run that shit.
Cloverfield had like the best viral marketing campaign ever. I was so into that shit.
Agreed.
I don't know if you were like super into it with like the Slew Show. You remember all that?
The Slew Show? No. What was that about?
They had like this whole campaign set up where they had like fake websites set up and like instead of just doing like
I heard about that.
regular marketing with trailers and stuff, like they set up this whole like fake Japanese frozen like icy company called Slew Show. And like it was a real website. They made it look like, you know, you could really buy this stuff and all that kind of stuff. But if you pay attention, they had like little things that kind of like lended itself to what happens in the film. Okay. And then you later on realize that Slew Show, I think that their company was the ones that did something that made the whatever the hell it was come to life or whatever. But yeah, like they had this whole viral marketing campaign where people were trying to figure things out. This was happening, that was happening. And I was really into that. And then when I saw the first one, I was like, oh, okay. And I still was into it. Like, I was, you know, following all the boards. And I remember the end of it, they were like, oh, if you rewind the words at the end of the movie, you could hear somebody. Like, I was all into it.
Okay.
So I think, what was the next one that came out after that? Cloverfield Lane, right?
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah, so when I heard that they were making, like, a Cloverfield sequel, I was like, oh, so we're going to get to see if the boy and the girl at the end, they got stuck underneath the rocks and such. Did they die? What happened? No.
That's not
so 10 Cloverfield Lane, I was like, what the fuck? And I know people that love it. Like, my parents love that movie. I'm like, this movie is disrespectful to the first one. You know, it happens. It's just in that world, but it's not the same.
Right. I heard that I never saw that one, but I heard that it was something that was sort of like an afterthought that they used.
I think they just threw
name.
Cloverfield in.
Yeah, that's
and you
what
can
it
tell.
felt like. Yeah.
But then the Cloverfield Paradox was just complete ass trash.
That's the Netflix one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that was legitimately not made to be Cloverfield, though.
Yeah,
that was a whole other property, and then they slapped that one. They really slapped Cloverfield's name because it was supposed to go to theaters. For some reason, they couldn't get it, so Netflix bought the property, threw Cloverfield name on it, did some last minute shit, and had one of the best marketing ever by putting it on the Super Bowl that year. And it broke records, even though, like you just said, a lot of movies thought it was a lot of people thought it was an ass movie.
That's right.
Cloverfield's like the horror of the business, just allowing anybody to throw their name on it, man.
Saw 2. Saw's a slutty slut.
Oh, man.
Saw's a slut that tells you ain't gonna never fuck again unless you fuck the very next day.
That's not fair, though, but like, Saw
has said it's the last one.
If Slaw's a slut
50 times.
If Saw is a slut.
Slaw.
If Saw is a slut, then Saw has sold the same fuck every time. Every week. It's the exact same one. Yeah, you know what's gonna happen? You know when she gonna turn around? You know when she gonna put the leg up? You know when she gonna say this? You know what that is? You know when she gonna bite the ear? That's it. And you know what? You just know the whole thing. It's a routine.
Oh no.
She done sold us the same damn thing every week.
It's like tonight, missionary. Next day. What's tonight? Missionary. Next day. What's tonight? Missionary.
Yeah.
And you just got missionary for 6 whole weeks. And then on that 7th week,
Tell them about it.
Man, that girl turned around. She showed that ass. This is psych. Missionary.
Yeah. No, actually, it just tells you nothing at all tonight.
You know what it is. You know what it is. But you guys. So, are you even a Cloverfield fan, or is she the only Clover?
I'm not a Cloverfield fan.
Okay, so she's on the scene.
Fair enough. Well, because he directed the first one.
Who?
Matt Reeves.
So you like the first one?
It seems like.
I don't know.
I guess the first one was probably the most positive you felt about it.
Because I don't know him from anything but Planet of the Apes, and that's why I trust him.
That movie was effective. It scared me.
I was really nervous. Well, he's got my approval, but also from the first Planet of the Apes to the second one, I was really fucking nervous because that first one, dude,
it sucked.
Nigga, don't you do that.
Marty bought his fist. He bought his fist.
Okay, so alright, so here's
that's
a
my
little,
new Marty troll. I was just randomly talking shit about
yeah,
Planet of the
you
Apes.
motherfucker. Here's a little something about a nigga like me. Okay, listen. So I went to see the first Planet of the Apes. What was it? Rise of Planet of the Apes.
Because their names do suck though. They get them all confused.
They mix them up really at the end. Yeah, they should have flopped the last two.
It's Rise, Dawn,
fuck.
War.
That's what it is. War.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Rise. Went to it. It was just like a family thing, man. I'm going into it thinking it's gonna be bullshit, and it turns out to be some dope ass shit from the very jump. Like they're into the action and they're giving us a different take on this, and I'm all for it. And I'm like, fucking James Franco's here. I mean, how serious am I supposed to take this? And somehow,
pause. I hear that show he's in is really good. The Deuce.
Which one?
Deuce?
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, it's got a
really
second
good.
season.
It's
so
2
I was
seasons
gonna
already
give it a
out.
shot. Yeah, I was gonna give it a shot. I wanted to give it a season first.
I want to watch the first season, so we might jump on some of that.
Okay.
Niggas just sold that bit to me, so I want to check it out. But what you saying, dog? Planet Apes 1?
Planet Apes 1, yeah. It sold me, man, and it won me over. And I'm like, oh yeah, man, this is gonna be a great new entry into the franchise. This is gonna be amazing. And then the couple or whoever who directed the first one, wrote and directed the first one, they drop out, and Matt Reeves comes on, and he
clips it. Yeah.
He does great, but like there's all this behind the scenes stuff where it's like, well, this could kind of fail now. Or, he wasn't there from the beginning. He doesn't quite get the vision. And somehow, man, he just
made a better vision.
Why are you doing this? He fit. Anyway, the man fit like a glove. I'm not even going to say it anymore, man.
How'd you go? Jay, how you felt about the first one? The one that you saw, the one you saw,
It's
right?
been a while, but I remember I liked it a lot.
Yeah, man.
I was more like emotion. I was like, oh, okay, that's good.
That's the other.
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, man, I'm just gonna step on trolling you because I love all three, but come on, man, that third one though, that third one though, that war though, dog.
I mean,
perfect ending.
Perfect sad ending, yeah.
No, don't say that. She didn't see none of them.
Sorry.
See, let high niggas talk.
But I tried not to
Matt Reeves talks story, villain, and release details of his noir Batman movie. We're going noir, guys.
Why?
Who's the villain?
It's a very much point of view driven noir Batman tale we're telling. It's told, I care, goddammit. It's told very squarely on his shoulders, and I hope it's going to be a story that will be thrilling but also emotional. It's more Batman is a detective mode than we've seen him in the films. The comics have a history of that. Yes, he's the world's greatest detective, but he rarely detects any goddamn thing in his movies. He's supposed to be he said that.
Did he say that?
I just said that, but he's about to kind of say it. He's supposed to be the world's greatest detective, and that's not necessarily been a part of what the movies have been. He just said the same thing. We're nerds.
I like his way better.
It's all good. It's all good. I love this to be one where when we go on that journey of tracking down the criminals and trying to solve a crime, it's going to allow his character to have an arc so that he can go through a transformation. There will be a rogues gallery. The casting process will begin shortly. We're starting to put together our battle plan. I'm doing another pass on the script and we'll begin some long lead stuff to start developing conceptual things. We haven't been dated. Well, you kind of haven't dated. But we're thinking the movie will probably be for 2021, late spring or summer. Warner Brothers has been incredibly supportive, etc., etc. Right? Okay, I want to know about these villains, man. Yeah, man. But they say you're talking about the villains.
He said Ross Gallery or something like that, right? What did he say?
Yeah, but
I think we're to take that. We're gonna use multiples.
Right now, I'm involved in the Batman. What it will be called ultimately, I don't know. Aquaman is going to be very different from the Todd Phillips Joker movie, and that's going to be different from Shazam and Harley Quinn. Warner believes they don't have to blah blah blah. They got this whole spiel they all saying.
No.
What you mean no?
It's like a jerk off session.
Yeah.
It's just
sounds like.
We're super excited. I'm gonna be taking over Batman. I haven't gotten a date yet, but the whole point of this article is the fact that I've got a date.
It sounds like fucking Gamby wrote this.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna change your lives.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's different, but I'm gonna keep saying it.
Y'all got any more dead people in here?
You guys are dicks. You guys are just total freaking dicks. Look here, I'm excited that Matt Reeves.
I wasn't here, baby.
Because he was freaking. He's been connected to this movie like for years. You know what I'm saying? He's been connected to this movie for years. So the fact of getting any information, I understand why. I understand why.
I'm happy you're happy.
No, I'm boy. I have to give you shit because you shit on my first.
I gotta shit on your shit.
Of the Planet of the Apes.
I gotta shit on your shit because you stood up here on this podcast, didn't like Black Dynamite, didn't like Black Panther.
I came back.
Didn't like The Dark Knight.
That's not fair, dude. I came back here and metaphorically.
What, you don't like The Dark Knight?
Nigga.
Okay, I slipped it in on you. You didn't say shit.
Oh yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, that's not fair. That's not fair.
I like.
That's not fair.
Because that's a contingent of people that actually don't, though. It's trippy, but continue.
No, hell no. I love that's the top 3 best movies of all time.
I
don't care what anybody says.
I like that movie, but okay.
Dude, I saw that movie.
It's one of the best intros ever.
Like 3 times.
Me too.
Yeah, dude.
Me too. I saw it about 3 times in theaters.
Yeah, you do.
No,
dude,
I saw
bro. That shit. I snuck away. There were times where I was just like, you know what? I can't really make it quite till the end, but as soon as I see his ass riding into the sunset, I gotta get my ass up and go. I gotta be gone. I gotta be somewhere.
If anything, but, like I can always watch that very first bank heist, and then if I could do other shit up until the Asian cat. What's his name? That's Kim Jong. No, it's not Kim Jong. No. But the Asian cat. You know what I'm saying?
I forget his name.
But up at right when Batman goes to Hong Kong, that's fine and everything, but I can skip it. But everything after he goes to Hong Kong, I can't not watch. Like if it's on TV and it's on that part after he dumps the Asian cat on the steps, from that point on, because from that point on, that's when you got the meeting with Joker and everybody. Everything takes up from that point on. Even though everything's great.
No. The meeting with the Joker happens before.
Like, oh yeah, it happens right before. It happens right before.
But for me though, that's why I can't stop. Yep. No, if I catch like just the end of that scene, I'm like, oh, you know what's coming next? You know what's coming next?
Yep.
Oh boy, on the top of the breaking up the Harvey Dent party.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's amazing.
You know what I'm saying?
Son.
I gotta watch.
We were robbed by fate because I really would have loved to see him do that character again.
Oh my God.
We were robbed by fate, though.
You know there was a plan, if not to make him the main villain, he'd be there for the third one. So, yeah.
And you never know, dog, because one of the main reasons why Christopher Nolan didn't want to do anymore was because how hard he took Heath Ledger's death.
Yeah.
Who knows if he wouldn't have stayed on? You know?
You think maybe like he might not wanted to come back?
I mean, he didn't want to come back. He wanted to do other things. That's why The Dark Knight Rises ended with an actual ending. You know what I mean? He told his Batman story. Like, you almost can treat his universe for like, as if Batman was real in the comic books or like the legends told off of that what it really happened or some shit. That's how Christopher Nolan's trilogy hits me. You know what I mean? Like the real story behind the comics, the legend of the comics. But if he decided to not end it in the third one, You know what I mean? And with a different way with Batman and Joker and the third one instead. And stayed with it for a while. I still want the Bane story. You know what I mean? I love the Bane. Even though there's like chinks in Dark Knight Rises, I enjoy the Bane story. And everybody knows Bane now. You know what I mean? For the longest, niggas ain't no Bane. And Bane is legitimately the nigga that broke his ass. So, but he didn't necessarily have to do it in the third film.
Yeah,
I wish he was Batman
on that version of Bane, and then there's the
Hispanic character.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's why I was like, which version? Which one? I say that? Yeah, Hispanic character that they that's in the comics or in the cartoons.
It bothers me that Bruce Wayne retired after The Dark Knight Rises for 7 years. That's no reason like I look at it like the comics or the legend, because Batman for a long time. Batman go years. Batman raised children. You know what I mean? Like he has like 4 sons on the slick, only 1 blood tie, but you know what I mean? Like Batman, he put years under the cow. So for you to tell me after the Dark Knight he retired,
and then when you think about it though, it kind of breaks it for me now, because I'm like,
damn,
you killed his baby mama, or did you? Or did you?
I'm just saying,
there is such a thing as a Lazarus pit, or is there?
Yeah, they left that kind of open.
So, but yeah.
I don't know, son. There's a new Fast and the Furious teaser that dropped. Hopefully it's better than... I mean, not the Fast and Furious, but you've been a dick again. But she's instantly is not... Sick J.Steel is not for anything.
No, I am. It's just... J.Steel is not for this shit.
But,
yeah.
What?
It's nonsense.
But I didn't mean to say... I didn't mean to say Fast and the Furious. I meant the spinoff, Hobbs and Shaw, with The Rock and Jason Statham and Idris Elba playing the bad guy and shit. And I'm just very interested, because I can't think of Idris playing a bad guy since The Wire. And he wasn't necessarily like that show's so layered that it's hard to call him a bad guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Stringer Bell was just on the wrong side of the law. You know, but like, what are some villain roles that's not Jungle Book that Idris did?
Well, you know, I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say I feel like he has, but I can't think of.
My first introduction, I didn't watch The Wire, interestingly enough, until much later. And my first introduction to Idris Elba was this movie, The Gospel, starring Boris Kodjoe.
Oh, the man who would have been Ghost.
Right.
I told you that, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Man, that would have been a different show.
Yeah, that should have lasted.
I don't think it would have. No, he's like he's cancer to shows when he's by himself. He works. I know it's unfortunate, but he doesn't bode well for you if he's the lead and stuff. But anyway, that was my first introduction to him, and I thought he was terrible. And it just put an impression on me, and it was hard for me to shake for a while.
You thought Idris Elba was terrible? That must have been
right.
I
know, it was that one film.
I've never seen him be terrible.
And another thing that sort of made it kind of make sense was I was like, oh, well, maybe he's struggling with the accent. Okay. And then I found out about The Wire, and I was like, well, no, he's doing it just fine here.
Yeah. What
happened? It's not the accent. He's not struggling with the accent. I think this is just a terrible movie. I think is what it is, and it's like it makes him look bad.
Yeah.
Like, but I haven't gone back to watch it. But that was my assessment, because ever since then, I see it. I just couldn't. Something about it's that movie, man. It's awful.
Well, I'm glad I never saw it. I don't plan on ever seeing it. And I can't wait to see Hobbs and Shaw. But like while you were talking, I let the teaser play, and it's another whack ass teaser, just basically saying the real trailer drops Friday.
Oh, fuck.
If y'all just stop with these teasers, man.
Why did they do that?
A teaser for a teaser.
Right.
Stop it.
Don't do it.
It's not cool.
Drop that shit.
Please. We're getting closer and closer to James Gunn actually directing Suicide Squad.
That would be awesome.
He's in official negotiations.
Now, I'm sorry. When you clicked on it, it said reboot. Are they rebooting it now?
Oh yeah, let me go. That's what we're supposed to talk about.
No, bro, I don't like. What? Why?
In talks to be in control of the reboot.
That makes no sense to reboot Suicide Squad.
It really doesn't, and not everybody doesn't. Like, who's not ready to sign back on board? What the fuck is Jack Courtney doing? Nothing. I mean, I don't know, Will Smith, living his best life, being amazing on the internet. But I mean, he got a little time.
It says it. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Gunn's new Suicide Squad movie will not be a direct sequel, but in fact a relaunch of the property with new characters and a mostly new cast.
Oh no, I don't want him. Go away.
I don't want that. No, this needs to not happen, especially with Birds of Prey coming up. This makes me itch. No.
Where's my David Ayers?
See, this is what I'm talking about. Nope.
This sucks.
This is all bullshit.
I'm froze.
Why DC keep fucking up?
DC can't. That's all they do is fuck up.
That's probably what
You
James
made
Gunn.
a movie.
No, dude.
You have established characters. And peep this, dog. Peep this. This is the thing, too. Peep this, dog. Let me just say this one thing.
Go for it.
In the comics, the Suicide Squad does change a lot. Instead of
They're
rebooting,
interchangeable, yeah.
right? So instead of rebooting the property, almost making the Harley Quinn of that world obsolete, even though she still exists in some weird ass universe that's lightweight connected to Batman versus Superman,
more
and like
universes that
there's so many
make it.
universes right now.
Yeah.
There's like a book because there's Aquaman, whatever he's doing, and he's lightweight connected to that. Like Wonder Woman and Aquaman are lightweight connected to that former Justice League universe in a way. But Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck don't exist no more in that universe.
Oh my God.
We about to get a new Batman. I don't know where it even fits.
And
Superman's on the back burner, so we
He's
might
gonna
not
be
see
on his
him for a while. You made a Suicide Squad movie only to reboot it when you didn't have to reboot anything. All you gotta do is keep Will and Margot Robbie, put all new characters in that bitch, make it some years later, and you have a new feel, a new story, a new situation, but you still have some familiarity that makes it still a sequel. The fuck?
That's exactly why when you were saying the Batman thing, I frowned because I'm like, oh my God, more DC shit.
But at least that's in a promising place. You got a great director with a vision for Batman. This is a great director with the wrong vision with Suicide Squad.
So,
James.
Here's my I place all this shit, and this is just me. I place this whole thing at James Gunn's doorstep.
Right.
Here's why. I don't think that DC wanted to rebrand their fucking Oscar-winning film. I don't think that they wanted to reboot
Quote
it.
unquote. Okay, they won an Oscar, but
Okay, well, I know, whatever. Yeah, I know. I just like to do that. I like to throw it in there. I just do. But like, Oscar aside, they weren't trying to rebrand these motherfuckers. But you know what James Gunn is trying to do? That's his agenda. And that was a. I swear, man. I bet you that was a stipulation
That is
for him to come on. I got to do it my way, my cast. Fuck your niggas.
That is
if
dumb.
I come on, yeah, it's fucking dumb.
At least keep
but it's
Margot
like,
Robbie and Will Smith. If you
Please
cut
put a lot
everybody else, fine. But Margot Robbie and Will Smith were the standouts of that film. And they should be at least the cornerstones in any sequel that will be coming. Even if you just do, 5 King Sharks and 3 fucking Ebro Thorns in that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, he got like a hotel room in West Hollywood, an 8-ball, and got all the Suicide comics and decided which ones he was gonna do.
Oh wow.
And I'm sorry, that was too graphic. Anyway,
It's very visual.
right? But
I appreciated it.
yeah, thank you. So,
Damn,
but
DC
so this was
makes
his
it so
decision.
hard.
He's like, I'm sure his stipulation was he decides what characters he does. He'll be in charge of it, but it's got to be his thing. So when it's a huge fucking success, you want to know who gets all the credit? James Gunn. Not because Will Smith and Margot Robbie have already established that, nah. I got to come build my own shit here. I got to Kyrie Irving this bitch and build my own team.
He gonna steal Batista. Batista basically said he going wherever James Gunn going. If James Gunn's making another ensemble film, I can almost guarantee you, because Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is suspended indefinitely.
Oh my God, man.
And I truly feel like Batista gonna leave that cast,
This is
enjoy
so
whatever
fucking
James Gunn doing. He was the most vocal of everyone in that cast about James Gunn getting fired. He even put his job on the line. And if James Gunn is getting to recast and reboot this entire series however he wants, and he has a loyal soldier over there in Dave Bautista ready to be another muscle man in some series for being quippy. This shit's about to be all goofy. It's all goofy. I don't like this.
I don't like it either.
He's gonna Guardians this bitch.
I want him to Guardians it, but with the established universe. That's all. Can a nigga get that?
They're not gonna do that.
No, he can't get paid on the back end of some
Because so much
that
don't
already
even make
exists.
sense.
He
On
needs
top
to-
of what I've already said, like the fact that in Aquaman, he said something about he ain't fuck with his mom. And in Justice League, he said he ain't fuck with his mom. In Aquaman, he ain't got that same angst. In Justice League, he had a costume some kind of way. In Aquaman, he didn't. It was like so many things like you already do some weird shit with. Even if you get the Wonder Woman, I don't know how they even doing 84 or how Steve Trevor is even coming back in any capacity, even though I feel like the movie's gonna be good. Shazam, son. Part of the big allure of Shazam is that kid is a big fan of Superman, so they're gonna have a lot of Henry Cavill hints and references in Shazam. But he's not Superman now. So much shit is goofy, bro, that I was willing to swallow, but they just make it even goofier. But I digress.
No one can save DC at this moment. But you know what? All they need right now.
More hits, great movies.
Yeah, they need Shazam to be a hit.
And Joker. They need
what?
everything. And
They
Joker.
need everything to be a hit.
Everything.
But no,
The
so
cover
they're
the
on a
stupid
roll
decisions.
after. So yeah, no, fair enough. Now, but we gotta give them. You gotta give them credit for being on a roll. Shazam officially puts them on a roll.
They're on the road to get Shazam.
Yeah.
And I believe Shazam's gonna be great. I keep saying it.
I feel like that's gonna just give them a little more leeway to make these crazy ass decisions, hopefully successful ones, or make sense at the very least.
Man, fuck all this comic shit right now. It just tell me about you. Tell me about you.
I like
you finished
to
you.
eat,
Run you to us real quick.
and I just ate a taco.
No, nigga. She said I like to. Boom.
That was drums. That was cymbals.
Boom.
No, but the funny thing is that with the show being named You, somebody was dissecting why they named it that, and they were like, I forget how they put it, but they were saying they did that intentionally. So like, the way you say it, it's creepy. Like I'm watching.
That's tight.
Like it's intentional.
Makes sense. I'm watching you. That's it's about a creepy stalker guy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
So You is based on a book. I don't know if y'all know that.
Yeah. 2 books. Oh no, the second season is based off the second book, right?
I think so.
Because it's like 2 books that she wrote about this creepy motherfucking.
Yeah, but originally
named
this was
Joker.
on the Lifetime Network. I didn't know that. And
What?
then, I know. I was shocked.
The show?
Third season,
Yeah.
yep. It's a Lifetime show. They got no viewership.
I was shocked.
And they just repurposed it and put it
They
on
put
Netflix?
it was on, last year it was on Lifetime. And then they put it
It
on
was-
Netflix just recently.
And it blew up on Netflix.
What?
Random. Ain't this the world we live in? You cannot predict certain shit.
It's so random. But, so,
Lifetime putting something together.
I think I told y'all before that
But now Netflix has bought it. So season 2 is a
That's our
Netflix
bitch.
show.
We
Yeah.
took it. She's ours now. You belong to us.
You belong to us, right?
But when I first started watching the show, I had to stop at episode 3 because it triggered me a little bit. And like I said before on a prior episode, I had a friend that basically reached out and was like, hey, before you watch this, just letting you know this show has some emotional abuse triggers. And I was like, oh God, this makes me not want to watch it.
Right.
But once I got to the end of episode 3, I was like, oh, I see what she's talking about. I need to take a break. So I took a break from it for like several days.
What happened in episode 3 like that?
I would have to go back and watch it to tell you because everything is just kind of like a mush in my head now at this point.
Right.
Of like all the events and everything that happened. But I think at that point in the story was where he really started to get super creepy, and like you could see how he was gonna manipulate. You could see how we could see as the audience how creepy he was, and she just was so oblivious and so like whatever. And it was right at that moment where it was kind of like, girl, don't talk to him, get out of there, get it. Like you can see the beginning of it. And it triggered me because I was like, damn, I've been in a situation where I'm sure there were 1,000 red flags that I ignored and that some invisible audience could be like, no, don't do that.
Right.
So that's when I was like, okay, I don't want to watch this for a little while. And it also made me not want to talk to people anymore, like anybody. Ever. Because it just made me like, it was like, wait. Like, even outside of romantic relationships, because the show explores this too, like, who around you is I could be doing these things, like, and you don't even know it. So I definitely felt triggered by the third episode because you just never know who is doing what behind your back, friend, romantic relationship, whatever. It bugged me out a little bit. I was like, I don't think I want to meet any more new people ever again because they might do this. That's what I said to myself because, like, I've always been on this thing now of, like, oh, I always want to, get to meet new people and, make friends and stuff. And now I'm like, I'm good. I don't want any more friends. I'm so serious.
No
I was like,
people,
I'm good. No new people because,
creepy.
you don't know who's doing
creepy.
what.
Yeah.
So the really cool thing about this show is that, is it okay if y'all have seen it?
I only saw that. Lamar ain't seen any of it. I only saw
They
that
don't want
last
to be
episode.
spoiled?
No
yeah,
spoilers.
I
Because
kinda-
Okay, because there's some shit that happens in it that's so left.
no specifics.
Damn, okay.
Okay, Marty, when you gonna watch the show then?
Y'all gotta watch it because I can't say what I want to say.
I will watch it
Because it
soon.
will ruin it for you and you're not gonna see it and you'll be like, oh my god.
I mean, I'm not
I will at
watching
least
it
watch a
after
episode.
watching the last episode.
What? You're not gonna watch it after watching the last episode? You saw the last episode?
Like
The finale?
the
Yeah.
very end.
Oh,
So
No, it looks like a tight show, but it's like,
you're not gonna watch it.
but like, I might watch it, but like, it has a disturbing ending, and that's one of the reasons why I don't watch like really horror shit, because like niggas do a bunch of fucked up shit, and then shit just go all these kind of ways, and I be like, damn, that's fucked up.
yeah,
So I know most people that watch the episode from the like when they watch this show from the beginning, they're rooting for this guy, and I have no clue why because I only saw the end. So I think I would have to watch it to get why people are like so in love with this nigga. Like people like root for the bad guy in the show hard, and from what I've seen, I don't want to root for him.
Well, let me tell you this, I'm not rooting for him. He's fucking despicable. And there's parts in it where, like I said, it's scary because you forget. They do such a good job of it. You forget that you're watching a show about a psycho. And I'm like, oh my god, like it's kind of a reflection of how it can really happen in real life. Like you could be with this guy or girl or whatever and you have no idea that they're crazy and you're so like, immersed in it until shit just completely goes wrong. And like there's a point in that show where I'm like, oh look at, and I'm like, wait, no, he's bad. And then
So
things
yeah,
happen.
we gotta watch this shit. We gotta watch it. If you watch it, I guess I'll watch it. Marty could talk about it. I'm just saying, my first impression of Joe is I want somebody to fuck Joe up. But yeah, that's about all I got on you. Anything else that you could, I'm about to call you Joe. Jay.
I do have another thing I want to say, but it might.
Is there a way to talk around it?
So you also get a lot of those moments where people that kind of like in Bird Box where
This Bird Box comparison ain't helping me.
John Malkovich was the one that seemed like he
Okay.
was an asshole.
Name my nigga. There we
But
go.
he was right.
Mm-hmm.
You get a lot of that in here.
I
Where
read
it's
about
like,
that.
From his perspective, you're like, oh, they're assholes. But if you step outside of the show
You see.
and look at it, it's like, no, them motherfuckers are like,
Yeah.
they're right. They're not fucked up.
I know exactly what you're talking
There's
about.
a lot of, like, they
And-
fuck with your brain a lot.
I know, because this is what I wound up doing, because, since I'm only seeing the last episode, I start, like, reading up on shit, just be like, what the fuck is this, or who is this, what are they talking about, I don't know, who's dead, like, a bunch of shit was confusing. So, in some of my journeys and trying to catch up onto what the hell J.Steel watching, what she just said about, since you have an protagonist, untrustworthy protagonist, they don't call it this, it's a term.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think
It's
of
the
it.
untrustworthy protagonist, but that's not what they call it.
That's not. It's the
Unreliable.
Unreliable
I think
protagonist.
so. Yeah.
I did find, I didn't get to see these parts because I'm in the last ep, but I did find that concept genius of he's our protagonist, so we see his enemies as enemies, but when you take yourself out of his lens, you're gonna realize, wait, them people weren't enemies,
Right.
they weren't bad. We have to remember we're
They're
watching.
the bad
Yeah, and that's part of their con in it. And that's honestly, and listening to you talk about it, Jay, that makes me want to kind of see it more, like, cause
It's a really, really, really good show.
I mean, people love
It's
it,
just very disturbing.
and that's what I don't like. See, that's my thing. I don't like to be disturbed. See, Rel, I know you out there listening. I know we're supposed to talk about Castle Rock. We gonna do it. Marty watched episode 1. I'm gonna get into
I
it.
watched part. I watched part of it.
But I'm not a horror buff, dog. I don't really like being disturbed. And if I'm gonna be disturbed, I want to be disturbed knowing that it's gonna end up good. Like Get Out, you disturbed me that entire movie, but the fact that it ended good makes me be able to watch it again. If Get Out would have had its original ending, I would never have seen that movie again in my life.
If Get Out had its original ending, dude, oh god.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have. Yeah.
I never watched it.
It wouldn't have been the same movie.
That's
You know?
It would have depressed
That's
us.
scary. That's scary that all that shit was shot and this
scary.
could have been it.
Yes. I mean, it still would have been a respectable movie, but it wouldn't have been a hit.
Yeah, but it's
It would have been a hit. What makes it a hit is how it still ends with our protagonist.
No, you know what makes that fucking note ending on a dope ass note.
Yeah,
you know what
a funny note after everything that went down.
T.S. motherfucking
A.
Like without that, you don't have that.
It allows you to exhale, and that's what makes the movie feel good.
Yeah.
Even though it drives, because I saw that a bunch of times in theaters too. I was so taken in by that fucking film.
Yeah, me too, man.
I think everybody black word. What you saying about you? I'm sorry I cut you off. You just we talking about at the end. Something about the end. I feel like you was.
Oh, the end.
Without spoiling.
Without giving it away, is, I mean, you already kind of said it's disturbing. The moments before what you saw are very disturbing because there's this part where everything just kind of goes to shit, and I literally felt like I could feel everything that the person that the shit happens to, like it puts you like in her shoes, and it's just like, oh fuck, like.
Well, the show does its job, and for the longest I thought You was a movie, but no, it's just like I saw it's a show, and it's been greenlit for season 2.
How many episodes is it?
10, no, 13.
I think it's 13.
Yeah.
I think it was 13 of them.
Does it drag at all?
No.
No.
And what's so funny is a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's really boring till the 3rd episode." I'm like, it starts off, and you're like, "What the fuck?" Like, no, it is not drag. There's no dragging.
Okay.
No, it does not drag. Because every moment you're like, okay, what's next? Okay, now what? Now what's gonna happen? Now, okay. And then there's a twist in it that I wish y'all had seen it because I wish I could talk about it. There's a twist that when it happened, I was like, what in the fuck? And that's when this twist happened, that's when I was like, I don't want any more friends. I'm done.
There's so much.
No more friends.
Fuck. So we gotta watch You. We gotta Castle Rock in time. This fuck over here has to see Planet of the Apes rise in the war, man. The dawn in the war.
Yeah.
Oh, we have so much to watch, guys. You gotta catch up on My Hero.
Yeah, I do. I almost did, and I was like,
Still gotta catch up on freaking Black Lightning.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Lord.
Okay. How far back are you?
We ain't gonna expose her. Let's not expose her.
Alrighty. Well.
The face she just made, though. Okay, last up, man. Before we get into this five fest, man, y'all. What is the fuck is Ingrid Goes West? What is that?
Oh yeah.
What is that about?
I saw Ingrid Goes West for the first time when I was going west. And I didn't want to go anymore.
Yeah.
I'm so serious. I was on a plane to California last year, and I was like, I'm gonna watch Ingrid Goes West. Because my friend and I was going there to stay with, she was like, you should watch it. And I was like, okay. And I watched it, and I was so creeped out. But I haven't. No, I saw it another time after that. Yeah.
It's Aubrey Plaza.
It was very creepy, by the way.
She is so perfect
acting.
in this. It's sort of like,
she's
it's
always
kind of
the
like
same person.
You asked, but it's sort of like they play it up in this, and it works to great effect. It's like, you think she's just a little awkward or a little weird, but it's like, nah, man, she comes off fucking nuts in this shit.
Basically, Ingrid Goes West is you if Joe was a girl.
Okay, I'm glad that fucked me up. I done taken it because
like it's similar.
No. You gotta stop it. No. We know someone named Joe, and the title of this thing is You. So you said to me, it's you if Joe was a girl. Well, I'm like, what?
Oh, okay.
You gotta stop for a second. It fucked me up. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So it's the woman
I'm
version
sorry.
of you, is what you say.
Yes.
Ingrid Goes West is.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, actually.
So Ingrid Goes West kind of scared me.
What is it about? So it's about a stalker chick.
She, oh my God, she basically manipulates. It's the same thing. Oh my God, she manipulates her
through
way into
Instagram.
this Instagram influencers.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so scared now.
Talking about these influencers, huh?
No, because I have people that be hitting me up like we should be friends, and I'm like, I'm thinking about the movie Ingrid Goes West now, and that movie is like a parable for be careful.
And it starts off with like a
Details started this shit.
Details can I
started
wait?
this shit.
Can I wait? Details still scares me, and because of that movie, I'm still slightly scared of you.
That's fucked up. She really.
No, I still like a little piece of me wonders sometimes. Like,
She thought I murdered somebody in real life.
no, I thought that's what he did.
Right.
For a second.
But see, the weirdest thing about that movie was she's not the only person.
The movie's unnerving.
To take it, so for people that's listening, man, Gumbo Monster 504, go on YouTube. My team, we made a movie like, I want to say 2012 called Details. And it was like the closest thing we ever got to going viral. We got a whole lot of views. We had it in a bunch of little fests. And for whatever reason, man, like, we did it from the first person. So, it's found footage type shit. That was kind of what was going on at the time. But for whatever reason, son, whenever we show that movie, people would ask us stuff like, are the girls okay? What happened with the girls? Or like
bad.
somebody like, oh man, you that dude. Oh, I'm glad I get to meet you talking like normal because I thought that was real. And I'm like tripped out because we had a credit scene. Like we had like all this shit to show that this is a movie. But dude, it happened so regularly that people
took that shit in as some real shit.
No lie. That's from her saying it doesn't really trip me out as much, dog. Because when we was on our run with it, that would be said a lot. Like it, like when I come up and like they might want to interview me, my dude Mike 5, who we co-directed it and shit. And there's people that, oh, you dude, it's crazy how many of them thought I was a psycho.
Are the police looking for you?
Nigga. Son.
Wait a minute.
Anybody listening right now, go on YouTube. Go on YouTube. YouTube Details.
That was my introduction to getting to know him. He was like, go watch my movie.
Oh
And I
my
was like,
God.
oh. I was so scared.
Because her fucking ass said she liked horror films.
I did.
Don't tell me like horror films. And even though I don't really like horror films, I make horror films. And if you like to say detailed short film, Gumbo Monster 504, how you can find this movie for people listening. But like, yeah, man, like that trips me out, even with the credit scene. Because the man.
So if they're thinking this shit is real and they see you walking on the street, I mean, what are they thinking then?
I don't know, bro. Because the thing about it is, man, like when we started making horror films, man, my whole deal about horror films is I think the scariest shit is shit that can happen to you in real life. It's not the monsters like Chucky and who's getting a TV series for some reason, whatever, or like Freddy Krueger, whatever. To me, it's like, oh, that's that psychological shit. This could be me. So that's when Facebook just was like, it wasn't what it is right now. And I was like, man, we had a Facebook stalker. And what's funny is after we made the movie, buku stories like this started popping up of actual Facebook stalkers kidnapping women, but they weren't like a big thing when we made it in 2012, dude. You know what I'm saying? So like that was our whole deal. Have this dude that's stalking these women through Facebook, following them. Like, damn, we made you follow them because it's all the same type of manipulation type shit. And we always say we all can make a full version of this to be trippy, but I guess that's you. Wow, it's fucked up. But really though, it really kind of is, but not, but in a different way. But I'm like, yeah, son. When we talk about the psychological aspect, man, I love that shit, dog. So at the end of the film, I think this will fuck him up too. We have Raheem who's showing to be the lead character, female character's brother, and Roxy's Way, who is her best friend. They have this scene where they break down in the credits, where they break down crying while he's singing a song to her. And like I wanted that scene so badly in the film because I was like, dude, whenever we watch horror films, we never get this. We rarely get to see how it affects the families after the psycho killer's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody get killed, but we don't get to see often day 10 when Jenny didn't come home, or you know what I mean, or like these minor characters who we just think is collateral damage, but they have families and shit, and we don't get to see them. None of that. So I was like, man, I want to just show, even this will be a horror movie. After the whatever that fucks with you in the head, these people mourning and I think that them mourning during the credits. I think that's what kind of make people go, wait. Yeah. They're actually crying.
Like those is real tears.
Right.
That was the part for me where I was like, wait, is he trying to? I literally said, I was like, is he trying to tell me something? I'm not joking. I said that to myself.
Is he gonna edit me into this shit? I can't do it.
I was really creeped out.
But on some flip shit, no, this fucker can't talk. We have a movie that we made called #NotAllMen, the movie. And that can also be found on YouTube, #NotAllMen, the movie. And if you go to Gumbo Monster 504, same shit. My moms did not fuck with her because she saw that first. And she thought Jess was going to be psycho. Loves her now. But when she saw Not All Men, which is another film where we kind of presented on some found footage documentary tip. And mom was like, man, she too good at that. I don't know, Marty. You got to watch. you gotta watch, man. Look at her that night, man. So she acting? Is she acting? She should ask me that. So nah, nigga. Go scare yourselves.
Fair enough.
But let's get to this Fire Fest, man. Let's talk about this Fire Fest. Let's talk about because this shit tore them up. Oh, wait, hold up. Y'all have anything else to say about? Y'all don't even know what this is. Ingrid Goes West. Why are we even talking about this? What was important about it? Ingrid Goes West.
It's literally you.
It's on.
I mean, it is you.
Well, this is my first time, so I wanted to also say about it. It's my first time enjoying O'Shea Jackson.
Ice Cream Son.
Yeah.
So is that recent?
Yeah, it's
somewhat.
It's like 2 or 3
He's
years
acting,
ago.
so that's recent to me. I'm thinking you saying this film, I'm thinking some older joint.
No, it's relatively new. Your girl Elizabeth Olsen is in it. She's the chick who's kind of getting stalked. Yeah, she's actually really good too. Yeah, and her husband
Scarlet Witch
is Scarlet Witch.
I love her.
Yeah,
she's really natural. She's better than her sisters.
And then old boy who was in, I don't know if y'all have seen Game Night. No. I didn't. Okay, never. I don't really know anything else he's been in, but anyway, a couple people, yeah. Anyway, but this is my first time really, really digging him on screen. It's like he came off so natural, like outside of Straight Outta Compton. Of course, Straight Outta Compton was.
But he wasn't being him.
He wasn't being him, but he was being his pop. But right, and then Den of Thieves. Oh my God,
never saw it.
Great, don't bother it. He is terrible.
Oh,
like awful. He's just he proves that his range isn't quite there yet. Not to say he's not going to get better later, but he got this role just a couple movies too soon, a couple sessions, couple, whatever, what have yous, experiences, if you will. It's painfully obvious, and he's the worst part of that movie.
Is the movie good?
No,
is
it's
that
not,
50
because
Cent
it hinges
joint?
on him. Yes, 50 Cent
Okay,
has some good moments.
No, that's my boss. That's my boss currently. As far as I'm concerned right now. Catch the Oath. The Oath drops February 21st. Sony Crackle.
Anyway,
we gonna make it pop.
This is about Ingrid Goes West.
I'm no part of this Den of Thieves slander.
Yeah, don't bother with Den of Thieves. Anyway, but back to Ingrid Goes West. O'Shea Jackson his character, I think she knows it. I think you dig him.
Yeah, I like his character.
And I think I think you dig it. It's a little trippy.
West.
Yeah, it's a little trippy.
I didn't know what I was going into when I watched it. So when I saw what it was about, I was like, what the fuck? Like, she's a psychopath.
Period.
She's a psychopath.
I still do to some extent. It's on and off. Depends on what week it is. I had a crush on Aubrey Plaza, and after sort of watching this and just sort of seeing, it's like, oh wow, this is woo. Yeah, she shows you in a different light, darling.
Yeah,
in a very different light.
Dog, Jordan Peele's remake of Candyman has 3 legit stars that they're talking about having in there. One is Lakeith Stanfield. Okay. One is Derek Luke. And the third is, what's his name? Eldridge Hyde from Underground. And the Underground. And I'm here for those three guys being in a movie. I'm not here for Lakeith Stanfield necessarily being Candyman. I think Eldridge would be a very interesting Candyman. The only way I can see Lakeith Stanfield doing Candyman is if they change how we view Candyman, and because Lakeith Stanfield is not imposing to me.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking of when you said Lakeith Stanfield? I'm actually thinking of Daniel Kaluuya.
No, Darius.
Yeah, that's something.
And yeah, Lakeith don't strike me as imposing, and that's what Candyman Tony Todd joint was. But if you make this Candyman with the same powers to just be on some murder shit, like some psychopath, disturbing motherfucker, like you have to change. You would have to change what makes Candyman scary to me for him to do it, and that's in the writing and in the performance. I think it's entirely possible. But that's the only way I can take it in. Wow, like I said, the boy Aldrich, he got that height, he got that stature, he got those eyes. You know what I mean? I can see him, doing it, but I don't know who these guys are playing. But those three.
Oh, so this isn't official. This is just who you don't want to play Candyman.
No, these are no. They're involved with the movie. We just don't know who's who.
Okay.
I would love to see Lakeith be the protagonist of the movie, just not necessarily Candyman.
Is Jordan Peele directing it?
He's producing it. I forgot. He putting a black female director on it. I forget her name though.
Okay.
But but that's an interesting lineup because I love Derek Luke, dog. I feel like he's very underrated. He don't get enough touches at the ball. So,
I enjoy it. I enjoy him. I wouldn't mind. Yeah. No, I wouldn't mind more Derek Luke.
But
that's it. Yeah.
I don't know what would that sound like to you, J.Steel, those three actors? I don't know if you
Who was the wait?
And your boy from the Star of Underground, who's also,
Yeah, that guy.
Yep. Lakeith Stanfield and Derek Luke.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a Lakeith Stan. I'm a Stanfield Stan. So.
Are you now?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
So, he can do no wrong in my eyes. I think I could see him, if he does it the right way, I could see him being Candyman. But I don't think that's where he's going to be in this movie. I don't think he's going to be Candyman.
I don't. Yeah, that's not official. So. Yeah, I don't think it.
It's not official. They're just the three guys that are currently linked to the film. No announcement has been made beyond it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
we shall see.
We shall. Yeah, I'm interested to see how that goes. Have you recently seen any of the Candyman movies?
Not recently.
I can't remember if it was the second one or not, but like. It was one that they shot, like, I don't know, did they shoot them all down here? Or
the first one, I think, was in Chicago. Maybe the first two, and then they did a couple here.
Okay.
I think it's the third one. I think there's like 3 Candyman. How many Candyman? 3 or 4? I forget how many.
I have no idea.
I know
I
one.
think like 3 officially at theaters, and then like if there's a 4th one, that was probably like a straight.
I feel like they,
VHS.
I feel like they did 2 here and 2 on the East Coast.
Well, one of them, I want to say it was the first one.
I mean, the Midwest, Chicago's Midwest.
Maybe it might have been the second or third one. I can't remember. But anyway, I don't know, man. It's something that I would like to see redone today.
Yeah.
Like watching whatever one that was I watched. I could have sworn it was like the second one, but anyway, I think it's about time to do a rebirth of that. Somebody wants to, remake. Everybody's against the, remaking.
I mean, remaking all the other shit. Why not remake the black one?
Why not?
Fuck.
And I mean, this is in some circles, this is a classic. So,
right.
I mean,
I'm just saying, even if whether you like or hate the old ones, the concept is still one that is worthy of exploring.
Yeah, definitely.
Slade got his freaking wrist cut off.
You gotta get
because he was in love with the freaking white woman.
Right.
And then they freaking put honey on him. He gets murdered by bees. And now if you say his name in the mirror, he hunts you down and kills you.
Horror movie is actually like awesome.
If you play it in certain ways, there's so many ways to flip it. So let's see. Now you got me wondering if I want to like watch the old Candyman just to see how I feel about certain things.
I'm catching a flashback when y'all are talking about it, and where you were talking about the death scene, and whatever one that I was watching, that was the one where they basically showed that moment. And I remember after they put the honey on his face and stuff, there's like a kid who, like,
I think it's the third one.
This is the third one. Yeah, kid goes up to him and just doesn't care about germs or nothing, and just takes a little bit of the honey off of his face and licks it and says, Candyman.
This movie's made in the 90s.
Yeah, it was.
And I think you're watching the straight to DVD one.
I think that y'all were definitely watching the tapes that came out before VHS.
Fuck you.
Because y'all were old as fuck. Do not pretend like...
Why is she treating us like we iced tea?
Wasn't it called Beta?
Why is she treating
One thing I do want to say while she's trolling me is this. I like that black people are making this film now. Because it was me about the directors and stuff was always, writers were always white folks.
Wow.
It's fun,
Yeah, so the fact that Jordan Peele got a black director, he black, we already know that. If you have a black Spectre, a black, slasher, whatever, monster, whatever, I would like us to tell the story. So that's the main thing I'm at for. And the fact that the first information you get out about it is 3 black actors. Yeah. So I'm here.
Ones I'm all for too.
Ones I'm all for, really. Yeah. I didn't watch Underground, but I've seen the boy other things and I fucks with him.
Yeah, I saw the first season and a little bit of the second season. He's very great in it. But he's good in most things too, man. Yep. He's been in that show Leverage too for a couple of years when it was running. Yeah. And I can't remember. I've seen him in a couple of things, but I've always enjoyed him. Yeah, I like to see him in something else. And Derek Luke, of course, All right. Lakeith Stanfield, I don't see him as Candyman, but if it's not official, I'm okay with that. I'm okay.
I think that's what we're going to just leave it for now and just wait for more information.
Yes.
Yeah. Shit, next up.
Waiting excitement.
So let's talk about sucking dick for some water.
Oh, wow.
Would you suck dick for your friend's water bill?
I'm not going to talk about that. Let me tell you something. We had 4 containers filled, 4 18-wheeler trucks filled with Evian water. But I had left the week before for 2 days to go to meetings in Bermuda for the America's Cup. And when I came back, I'd missed the big meeting with Customs. And of course, Customs had said to Billy and the gang, you need to pay us $175,000 in cash today for us to release the water. I went down. Well, Billy called me. I'm going to speak completely, this won't go that far, I'm sure. But Billy called and said, Andy, we need you to take one big thing for the team. And I said, oh my gosh, I've been taking something for the team every day. He said, well, you're our wonderful gay leader, and we need you to go down. Will you suck dick to fix this water problem? And I said, Billy, what? He said, Andy, if you will go down and suck Cunningham's dick, who's the head of Customs, and get him to clear all of the containers with water, you will save this festival. And I literally drove home, took a shower, I drank some mouthwash. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I got into my car to drive across the island to take one for the team. And I got to his office fully prepared to suck his dick. But he couldn't have been nicer. And he's like, Andy, listen, I will release all the water. I will let you serve it. But I want to be one of the first people to be paid this import fee for what you're doing. And I said, okay, great. And I got back and I had all the water that we needed. Can you imagine in my 30 years of a career that this is what I was going to do? I was going to do that, honestly, to save the festival.
All these models, in the Bahamas. The most insane festival the world has ever seen.
Island getaway turned disaster.
It became very barbaric.
Right now, we are the fucking laughing stock of everything.
Just wait until you see what you're getting yourselves into.
American rapper Ja Rule is in the Bahamas with his business partner,
Billy McFarlane.
He's an amazing entrepreneur.
He can convince anyone of pretty much anything.
They just bought an island.
Pablo Escobar's island. Oh my gosh.
Ding! We're gonna throw a festival, yeah.
Within 48 hours, they sold out. These guys are either completely full of shit or they're the smartest guys in the room. We were working around the clock, no sleep.
Billy's like, bring more workers. We need more workers.
Every single day it got more intense.
He just would not take no for an answer. And he just kept pulling money in somehow.
Desperate people do desperate things.
He was lying to investors and making it seem like we were making a ton of money when we weren't.
That's fraud.
We need to get the messaging out now that this is not a luxury music festival.
Oh my
God.
Right around.
There's mattresses all over the place getting soaked.
The save yourself mode kicked in.
Right, it's a free-for-all.
It became this looting mentality.
There's an angry mob, they're pissed off and they want their money.
Powerful models built this festival, and then one picture of cheese on toast ripped down the festival.
They just couldn't physically fit that many people on the island.
The event's co-founder is facing up to 20 years in prison.
If you had thousands of dollars to go on a trip to see Blink 182, that's on you. That is Darwinism at its finest.
The biggest event in a decade, I promise you.
I'll be there.
Would you? See, Marty did not catch that. He had the most disturbed look on his face, ladies.
I was like,
that's hilarious. The whole time he was quiet.
I'm judging you because I feel like
He was so lost.
I did think about it.
He was
I
so
like,
lost.
What friend are we talking? How much is the bit? We
talk about good old Uncle Andy.
Can I just pay the bill?
Oh my God!
How much?
So when you spoke of this documentary last episode, you just spoke lightly of it, like you caught it. That I didn't even know what was. It was a viral sensation online. You probably didn't know either because you be unplugged.
To some extent, I got an idea.
Well, all I know is I feel like you cursed me because as soon as you brought it up, it was all over my timeline. People watching motherfucking the Fire Fest documentary on Netflix or the Fire Fraud documentary on Hulu or both. Or some say one Hulu's better, some say Netflix better, whatever. I felt like I saw the first 20 minutes of the one on Hulu. I saw the entire one on Netflix. What I will say as far as vibe goes, the one on Netflix is funner.
Yeah, it is.
It's more fun to me.
It is.
Yeah.
It's way more fun.
I had a better time.
I had a better time with it at least. But how you want to dive into this, man?
I think we should probably start
sucking
with
some dick for the water bill.
Well, let's save that one. Let's save that one for
sucking some dick. And you needed the mouthwash for some reason.
So
I mean,
I grabbed my mouthwash
to do it. My man said he went there fully prepared.
I didn't see it going that way, but I appreciate him because he was just so transparent.
Billy was a pimp.
He was so transparent.
So
sweet.
Billy was a pimp.
He
That's
said,
that's what I got from.
I cleaned myself off and I was getting ready to go down his office and suck some dick.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
That's
what? I literally had to stop it and I looked at the screen for a minute like, nigga, what did you say? On here, and I'm like, he opened up, he said, y'all want to interview me, y'all about to get all this tea.
They said take one for the team.
He takes a second before he retells the story and what he did. Cause there's a moment where I think he thinks that this is not a good idea to tell the story on camera.
I mean, he mad right now in real life. They had some article about him talking about how he don't want to be the nigga known for sucking dick.
Yeah, he didn't though.
Something. I'm gonna find an article. What you saying when you talking about? Keep going.
Oh well, no. He takes this moment that is extremely written all over his face. Like, I don't think I want to do this, and they kind of leave it lingering just for a second, and then they cut away. He takes a sip of his water and he's like, he composes himself and he goes at this story. And I don't know, man. I like that whole moment is something I like to save until you've actually seen it. You know what I mean? Like, that's something I definitely didn't want to spoil for you.
Oh God. I was live commenting, live tweeting away this film while I was watching it. And dude, like this Facebook friend of mine wrote under one of my posts, I can't wait until you get to this one part. And I was like, I wonder what that is. And she's like, no, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. If you're finding all this other shit funny and crazy, when you get to this one part, when this one person basically, you're gonna see. So I'm watching, and as soon as it got to sucking some dick, I was like, this is the part. This is the part for the water bill, dog. After already saying they want
for the Evian water trucks.
After already saying that they weren't listening to him, he had no title, nobody was getting paid, and you sucking dick. nigga, you about he did suck a dick, you're right. But you about sucking some dick. You ain't got no title, no respect, no money. And you about getting on your motherfucking knees, dog. Straight gay or otherwise, I will not respect that.
I mean, it's questionable.
Nigga, I said Uncle Andy should be called Uncle Andy like Uncle Tom or some shit. For the mere fact of if I was gay and I found like you said gay niggas back with this shit. Like I know a lot of people on his side say he looked at his favorite boy and the joke of damn nigga, he only down for the team, nigga, which is hilarious. But when you really take it in, nigga, if I was gay, nigga, you got us looking like we just because the dude told him as our resident favorite gay leader or whatever, go suck some dick. You trying to impress your straight friends. You suck a dick to fit in with your straight friends, dog. That's where we at. You too old for this, and then you older than them. Make you even lamer.
Right, you getting punked by these little children. Man. That's what I was saying too. Part. Like what?
Nigga, Billy can't be that charismatic. That's why I said Billy. What's his last name?
Forget his last name.
Billy the Pimp is what I've been called. Billy McFarland. He's Billy the motherfucking pimp, son. Whenever you think this nigga with a man bun was saying, man, I tried to tell him, man, we can't do this and we can't do that and we're lying to the people and this and that. Billy said, man, all I want is positive thoughts, man. Just stay positive. But we won't have this, we won't have that. Just be positive, man. They gonna have they're gonna have you and your crazy yoga skills. I'm like, this nigga just telling them shit. And it's still working. I don't even
do yoga.
Dog, it's still working for him, dog.
Yeah, it's so. I mean, this guy Billy McFarland is clearly an extremely charismatic guy. Who is blessed with the gift of gab, or just
he looks sleazy to me.
He looks very sleazy, but apparently in the room he can talk you into doing anything.
Like sucking dick for the water bill.
Like sucking dick for the water bill.
He's a charismatic leader.
He's a kid. Yeah, and that's pretty much that's all the traits. To be a leader. But the thing so I enjoyed the Netflix documentary the most. I started with that one thinking I was gonna enjoy that one the least.
Yeah.
Went into the Hulu one, and the Hulu one really kind of just makes everyone look guilty.
Really?
I mean, everyone. Because the points that they make in that one are at the very first meeting when we sat down with this motherfucker and we told him, hey, he wants to do this here and da-da-da-da-da.
And the thing this is the Fire Festival in the Bahamas or something, right?
Yeah, in the Bahamas on a secluded island
or whatever.
Yeah, that was
partnered with Ja Rule of all people. And when people speak about Ja Rule, that's what made me feel like this happened years ago. Because I'm like, when Ja was hot, like you telling me Ja, you're like 47 years old doing dumb shit like this.
Do y'all remember? Because I remember when, I remember all of this.
Alpha Joe told me he did. I don't. I must have been unplugged. I do not. I remember that meme they kept showing with Ja Rule face running and I didn't know what it was connected to.
When it went down, like when the festival actually went down and was a absolute failure and was canceled, that's when I heard about it and I had to sort of backtrack the information and the whole lead up to it and Ja Rule's.
I heard about it when they announced it and all, and I was like, oh. Like a festival, I won't be going. I remember specifically being like, "Oh, I won't be going to that." Because I remember seeing the commercial. I remember seeing people.
And they sold that shit. They had all of America's biggest models on this island.
And I remember hearing that Ja Rule was involved, and I was like, "Oh, okay, so this is a thing. Cool, all right." They spelling fire with a Y.
Yeah,
this is
legit. Something, yeah.
And then I remember, once it got close in and once it happened, I remember seeing people talking about how it's a scam. I remember seeing the live pictures of people being like, "This is shit."
Wow, you saw this happen. That's trippy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. This whole thing has been very
It was trending. I remember. So a lot of this stuff, I was like, "Yep, I remember this shit."
Yeah, they're making cheese sandwiches.
Yeah, I remember the cheese
Y'all
sandwich.
paid thousands of dollars.
The cheese sandwich.
Y'all paid $1,000 to go camping like Boy Scouts and eat cheese sandwiches.
And no toilets.
No toilets. Niggas had to argue with them to get toilets.
Dude.
You would pay for a toilet?
They make it extremely clear that they knew from the get-go that this
and Hulu, right?
Yeah, Hulu, that it wasn't gonna go down. It just you need to plan this out at least a year in advance, and I think they started 6 months out or something like
something
that at
like
best.
this, they really need to start years.
Yeah, they're trying to do this
All of the stuff they were
thing.
promising, that is years of like infrastructure and planning,
Yes,
and logistics and all these events and.
I mean, you got to give them credit for the marketing, but it's
the marketing was dope.
The
marketing
that's
made me say I need to get my life together so I could try to go to this one day. But then this
that
happened.
marketing and them getting Kendall Jenner to put something up, got her ass getting slapped with subpoenas. A lot of the models getting slapped with subpoenas right
Which
now.
I think is kind of unfair.
That is kind of fucked up because they didn't know.
Because you get asked to do things and it's like, okay, you get paid and fuck it, I'm gonna do it. You don't think it's gonna wind up being this weird ass like scam? That's not their fault. That's not their fault at all.
Well, I want to know, like, how the fuck Ja Rule skated by all this, man.
I mean, in the Netflix version, I mean, they had the "Where's Ja" hashtag. My niggas on my timeline kept saying that I didn't know what it was about. I remember the Dave Chappelle skit, "Where's Ja?" Nobody asked Ja Rule about nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when you get to a specific point in this Netflix version, he ain't nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
That nigga ain't seen from after the 45-minute mark, nigga. And then his voice rises at the end to blame niggas for shit.
Yeah, well, I get him confused a bit. Is Netflix the one where he's on the group call?
Yeah, but they don't show his face.
Yeah, and he's like, we got a ton of smart people in the room. We need to figure this out. And niggas like, okay, so promising somebody something and not delivering on it.
That's fraud.
That's fraud. He's like, that's not fraud.
That's not fraud. That's false advertising. It might be false advertising, but it's not fraud.
Okay, I want to know how the fuck. How is he getting out of this? Because this thing is the loudest. He's like somebody's fucking uncle.
He was the puppet, man.
Dude. He was fucking there on the island.
I knew something.
And then he knew that shit wasn't going down.
All thing I want to know about from Ja Rule
he wasn't hands on, dog. Don't get me wrong, but like
it's murder.
It's murder. Brother should have abandoned ship.
All I want to know from Ja Rule is who his nutritionist is, because that nigga's in some damn good shape to say he is in his 40s.
No, very true.
And also, my nigga.
Try that time, man. He got that.
Bruh, I knew something was wrong the moment that this story starts with this guy deciding that he wants to partner and hunt down Ja Rule. In modern times, of all the artists,
like only a few
you have
years
money.
ago.
You think you the nigga, like you're presenting yourself like you got money, etc., etc. Of all the artists of varying degrees of relevance, you chose out of your fucking brain to go with Ja Rule. Everyone should know it's a scam from there. Everyone should. Who looking, like James Chappelle said, who looking for Ja Rule's opinion on any goddamn thing? Who looking to start a business with Ja Rule as the face? Ja Rule? 50 Cent still selling him to this day. Bought out his 10,000 or 1,000 motherfucking seat freaking concert just so nobody could go see Ja Rule. Ja Rule.
I forgot.
You choose Ja Rule? Everyone should have known there's a problem.
Somebody said we needed a patsy.
Yeah.
And
who thinks they're relevant enough? Bow Wow's busy. Let's go with Ja Rule, who's older.
Rule's number. How do we get Ja Rule's? Does anybody know Ja Rule's number? We're gonna tell him we're gonna make him a millionaire.
Bruh. And the way Ja Rule said this nigga's his brother, you just met this nigga, my brother Billy. You look like so silly.
I mean, but they got you all over this, man. Your DNA is just so all over this that I guess, whatever would have you, man. Honestly, he got away like OJ on this one, dude.
Here's a drinking game.
First time.
Here's a drinking game that became the most apparent red flags that kept popping up throughout
what's that?
This Netflix documentary.
What's that? When he fired people?
No, not even just Ja Rule and this nigga fired people. The fact they be having this nigga look like a whole I feel like I'm watching the R. Kelly documentary when I see this, except Billy's R. Kelly. But what about this? Oh no, the term that kept coming up was he has no experience in this. This was that person's first time doing this. No, you're trying to pull off something so grand, and the people who have experience you're not listening to, and you've hired in positions of power people who have no experience in doing the things that you have been in power of.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Another thing that Hulu made to me a little bit more clear was that with the right amount of planning and maybe planning this bitch out a lot further, you could have actually pulled this bitch off.
Yeah.
I mean, what you needed is more time. It wasn't that this shit was impossible. It was impossible in the time frame that you gave him to do it.
But he wasn't using real money. Remember, it was all a scam. So
the whole thing was a scam. So it's like, this never was meant to be anything. That's what Netflix makes. Well, Hulu makes painfully clear is that this was never meant to be anything. This was a scam. This was bullshit from the start, which is kind of it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
It's like it kind of buries the lead. I'm so glad I saw that one second.
Yeah.
Because I just had so much more fun with this one. I mean, taking it through moment, and then your boy with this. Well, like we've already talked about it to death. The second dick story.
Oh, that is the highlight of this film.
Gold.
Someone
right
admitting on camera that the nigga, that is absolute alchemy gold. Alchemy made gold. But
just the disposable income, just the way that this pissed me off too, to a way. Like in the beginning, when it first broke in real time, I won't lie, I did kind of ha a bit on the inside. Just because it's like, these all these rich motherfuckers with this disposable
on the
income.
Inside. You're a very, very great man. You're an amazing person.
I probably didn't do it on the inside.
Boy, because I was joked out when they get to the camp, to the tents.
Oh, no. I'm talking about like in real time, like when that shit happened in real life. Like that's when I caught into it. Like when the festival got canceled and all
in real life.
There, yeah.
Remember, I didn't know.
Okay,
I didn't know of it.
I'm saying like when it did happen in real time, that's when I caught on to it.
I would probably laugh then because I laughed hard. I laughed hard watching the documentary. I'm joking. If you saw how much those tickets were,
yeah, dude.
I want to see bad things happen to rich white people all the time now on TV. I think that'd be an awesome TV show.
It made me though.
Lord of the Flies, white people edition. I watch rich because my poor white people understand to a degree, but rich, really rich, elite. No, fuck just white people. All you elitist motherfuckers, drop these niggas on the island, make them fucking survive, and see what the hell happens. I will watch that. I will consume that.
I won't disagree with that. But when watching the...
Welcome back, J.Steel.
Welcome.
Hi.
Watching the actual documentary, it made me more, like, really pissed at Billy. For this just being a bullshit-ass scam from the very get-go. Like, he sold a dream that he had no way of actually fucking fulfilling.
Yeah.
And it made me just more pissed at him. It's like, well, nobody should be taken like that. That's just...
Especially when you get to that Florida Evans looking bohemian motherfucking woman.
Oh, yeah, that was
I
felt so bad for her.
I heard somebody say, I don't know.
She had a GoFundMe.
Right?
She got like 6 figures off that GoFundMe. So
that's good because that poor lady, that's like, it's fucked up. It's fucked up in itself, but like
she said, dumb. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It took me a minute to realize what was happening.
I'm sorry.
That's fucked up.
No. It is fucked up.
I mean, in a way, it's like these rich ass people, like, that's good for y'all a little bit. But
can't wreck these people community.
But it's fucked up because it's like, it's like affecting actual hardworking ass people. Like, it fucked them up on some real shit. So it's like there's levels to this shit. Like, they said, I think nobody died, but some really fucked up shit still happened. And I think with Billy, like, he wasn't a bad person. I just think he was kind of like a well-to-do I like that word, psychopath. He's like a well-to-do. Yeah, he's a sociopath. Because I really think he believed his own lies. I really think he felt like he was like one of these overly positive, like, oh yeah, it'll work out. But we're 2 days in, it'll work out. I don't think he really meant any harm. I just think somewhere in his brain he's wired to like create these ideas and have no plan to like,
and justify his scams because he's gonna pay these people back. Because that's the thing that they kept saying too. He'll rob Peter to pay Paul, but at the end of the day, I still think he's a fucked up nigga. I was one of my when any dude that tell his gay friend to go suck some dick for the water bill is not a good person. Any person that didn't even pay his main employees is not a good fucking person. It was like gambling, it's like rolling the dice whether he was gonna get paid. If he decided to pay you that day, throw you some shit in the bag, and you can't tell nobody because he just decided to pay you that day. That nigga was fucked up. I was joked out. I mean, at one point, real time, I'm watching the Netflix documentary, and they get to a point when I'm like, damn, like, ain't no black people trip out? Like, okay, I understand white people be passive a lot, but I'm more than sure at a point, niggas gotta flip out. And then they came with the natives were putting hits out on niggas.
Yep, there it goes.
Somebody's gonna kidnap niggas. That's what made Uncle Andy the dick sucker dog get the fuck. Cause he was like, I feared for my life. I started getting followed. I was like, yes, nigga.
He said I took the clothes of one of the workers and I laid in the back of the truck and just got out the village. I was like, this poor man. I felt so bad for him.
He's the only one I felt bad for.
I feel like he just cried a lot during this whole process.
He trusts the wrong people.
Yeah, he really.
Poor guy.
He really did. What you had got from the Hulu versus Netflix version, Jay?
So the Netflix one, I sat and watched it intently, and I was mad when it went off. It was really good. With the Hulu one, in a weird way, I like the aesthetic, like the look of the Hulu one more, like visually, because they used some different things that the Netflix one didn't use, but story-wise, the pace of the Hulu one was kind of slow. And then they gave you a lot more on like Billy's backstory. And then when he came on, they interviewed him. I was like, oh shit.
Now I laughed because them niggas was petty for holding the camera on him for all those extra seconds after he answered questions.
And the interviewer,
just to look
if you
more
listen,
awkward.
was very aggressive.
You hear me?
The interviewer, you could tell, was like really pissed.
Wow.
For the Hulu one. If you listen, like some of the questions, I remember at one point he asked him the same question like 3 times, and Billy was just like, and I'm like,
I can't talk about it because of my lawyer or some shit.
Uncomfortable, yeah.
Well, so the thing about the interview is that I do agree with you too. It was rather aggressive. The interviewer was rather aggressive at points.
Yeah.
Like he pushed a little harder than I thought he needed to in certain places.
I mean, I liked it.
Yeah, fair enough. But in the thing about the interview though, he Billy was like paid to do that, so it's like it's kind of like you forced to sit there to a certain extent. Like you get your little break or whatever, which he takes in the middle of it, but like to the you're kind of stuck there for a certain amount of time, and you gotta
take whatever they're doing, because
you gotta answer these questions to the best of your ability.
You need money now, nigga.
Yeah.
But
I believe every single word that everybody says. Like we'll hear about him doing this again.
I can see him coming.
I see the movie coming. They're gonna make this a movie at some point.
Ooh, wow.
That's gonna be interesting.
Who would play Billy?
I mean, there's so many options. Then you could always go with the unknown. I mean, this makes me think that Leonardo DiCaprio movie, Catch Me If You Can, man. That gives me that kind of vibe.
I love that movie.
That movie was cold, son. Like Leo.
But in a weird way, even though like the prices for this place for this fest were really inflated, and it was definitely trying to reach a certain demo, there was a part of me that was just kind of like, damn, that would have been cool if they actually could have like carried this out.
Yeah.
And it was like a thing right now because you have like Coachella, Burning Man, Woodstock even made a return. Not this year. I forget when that was. Like they tried to redo Woodstock again. I forget how long ago.
The very next scene after we learned that boy was about sucking some dick for some water, they show him talking about Woodstock. Woodstock. He said Woodstock like 5 times. I couldn't be not immature because now I'm like,
Only you.
You was gonna take a whole stock of that. But anyway, continue what you're saying, man. Woodstock.
God. It would have been interesting to see what it would have looked like if this festival had become a thing, and like if they had overthrown Billy or some shit, and now,
overthrown him,
and now like the Fire Festival was like a thing, like Coachella. Because I feel like what probably would have happened is that it probably would have started out super exclusive, and then slowly probably would have like made itself a little more available to people, a little more, okay, now we're offering this, kind of like with Coachella. Coachella is you ever been to Coachella, right?
Do we look like Coachella niggas?
I mean,
maybe.
Yeah, y'all kind of do.
Damn, never mind.
But Coachella is like,
it's diverse,
insanely expensive, but they have a thing now where they do like payment plans and shit.
Oh.
People finance their Coachella trips. The people I know that go, that's what they do.
See, I'm with Issa, man. I want a black one besides Afropunk. Like, I want to go to Afropunk one year, but I think I want to see another like that level black event.
I agree.
There's this Blurred Comic-Con that was supposed to happen that really almost follows some of this trajectory. And I only know about it because just keeping up with this big mess on Twitter. A lot of podcasts I listened to were like talking about it and reporting it because they was gonna be involved, and all kind of shit went down. But basically, these high proponent type people in the black nerd community were trying to put together this big Blur festival, and they got all these people money. They made it this big thing. It took like 2 years to build up, but shit. I don't think they took enough time to get together. Some shit happened. Shit went left, but they did not communicate that shit to the people whose money they took. So these motherfuckers already didn't pay for this, pay for that, and then the thing folded without any heads up, and you had a whole bunch of people in like the East Coast area that's just out here and just got fucked over by them turning it in last minute. Now they was able to reform everything by having a lot of like they flipped it in a tight way how black people do and still made something of it even without the people who made the original event. But when I'm watching this fire thing, it just brings me back to wanting to find out about that same information about that Blur event that basically didn't communicate what they were doing properly, didn't handle the funds properly, and fucked a whole bunch of people that spent money because, of course, nerds are already a very loyal base. So when you get some black nerds and saying we have something exclusively for us, you can imagine how many people, thousands of people is going to be interested in something like that, but you can't rush it. You can't mishandle it. You can't mismanage it. You gotta mismanage it. You gotta, put in the due diligence. So it's like, man, whether it's a big festival, whether it's a Blur Fest in general, you gotta come strong. You gotta take the time. If you don't, you're gonna have a mess because there's too many hands involved. Even if you gotta start small, ain't no reason to shoot for your first fest or your first con to be 500. Then the next time y'all do it, y'all shoot for 6. You ain't gotta try to shoot for the freaking moon from the very dump.
Right.
Establish a brand, establish a presence,
I think, the biggest, I mean, like J.Steel said, the biggest thing about this is that Billy was leading the charge in this, man. I mean, this is something that with more time, it could have actually happened.
Really
and it wasn't the worst idea either. He had some pretty interesting, inventive bullshit that if he actually tried to do it legitimately, he might have had something.
If he wasn't a legitimate ass scam artist,
right,
and couldn't stop scamming with this scamming ass swiper, swiping.
He was actually getting real money. He was getting real investors.
The thing that made me mad too is that he has so many connections, and there is something. It's very private though, but there's something that happens like this every year, but it's a sex thing. It's like a sex. It's the same thing, but it's for sex. It's
sex fest.
It's like
Burning Man?
No, it's not Burning Man.
Not
I forgot
Burning
the
Man.
name of it. But it's this thing where you go on a cruise to this remote island, and it's this big ass party, but it's like a giant private sex party.
Interesting.
It's the same. It's very similar to Fire, but like.
What made you bring up this sex party, Jay?
My point. I said that. My point was that if they can organize that, because it's very similar, then this could happen as well.
Just build.
Okay.
This is a guess. I don't even know how to segue from that. But you know that sex cruise that they have, etc.
If you can organize that big ass, whatever the hell they doing party with the same amount of people, same type of same shit, then this.
You know why it failed? Because their motivation was music.
Yes,
that's what it was. Sex. If it was about fucking, they would have
been better.
It would have been better. I mean, they had everything playing.
It's possible. He just didn't want it to happen.
Billy was really white privilege unleashed on white privilege.
He was.
Because there's very minimal where a black guy could have got away, or any person of color could have gotten away with half of those things. But he looks like the type of person that they would trust. He talks like the type of person that they would trust. He came from the right schools. He knew the right verbiage. He he had the brains to do it legit. He just has a fucking problem in his head. Because again, the idea.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. You get what you're saying.
No, I just want to say he's a great salesman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
If he could have used his powers for good for himself legitimately, he could. Dog, the fact. One of the biggest things that I often think about, we talk about our own big things we want to do, with scripts and making our own films, is how do these niggas get investors?
Yep.
I always ask myself that question. How do you get someone to depart with their money for your idea? I have no clue. So when I see this guy just does it, I just get 100 G's here and 300 stacks there and just blows it. I'm like, dude, if you really took this money and did this with it instead of that, nigga, you could really be what you trying to front.
Right.
Yeah, he's kind of an idiot.
This was, nigga, we watched a documentary about a professional clout chaser.
Yeah, and he forged all of his company's numbers to get those investors. It's like, dude, if you about to do all that, you better make this shit do something. But instead, no, he just squandered it. And I'm like, well, Billy, go suck dick now.
Billy just, he in jail for 6 years. Yeah, go suck some dick. We gonna get out early, dog. Like I said, it's trippy when you see
I'm
that.
ready to see what he does next, because he's gonna do something.
He gonna be one of the cats that get out. Yeah, he does.
On the Hulu one, was it the Hulu one?
Which one?
Where he started doing something right after Fire Fest.
It was on Netflix one.
Because
he got this partner. Yeah, he got this partner. Yeah.
we got to see his girlfriend in the Hulu version in that segment of or that portion of him. What was he doing? He was trying to sell tickets to
all kind of crazy
shit. Gala,
events that you cannot buy tickets.
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
You cannot. When they said the Met Gala, I was like, oh, so you was scamming. You
Bruh.
cannot.
While on bond.
You can. Something is wrong with
He was out on bail, still
writing,
trying to scam.
Yeah,
writing a script, giving it to another motherfucker. Like, okay, I need you to be me. Do what I would do. This is what I would say. Boom. Go sell this shit.
Yeah, he has issues. Like,
oh man.
Pablo Escobar. Any final thoughts on this joint, man? It was very enlightening, and I one thing I like about documentaries, and like I said, I always like biopics, is that this is the type of shit going on outside of my bubble. This type of shit niggas is out here doing and getting away with. Yeah. Like really.
I just enjoy seeing this just after like watching it happen in real life, seeing like. Getting the details of what actually happened is just like, oh my God, what the fuck?
And everyone told him how to do it right, and he wouldn't listen.
Right.
You need toilets, you need this many, you need to take this down. He wouldn't listen. We don't have the yachts, we can't afford this. He wouldn't listen. The infrastructure doesn't work. Don't say Pablo Escobar owned it. He wouldn't listen. There's so many times he wouldn't listen, didn't want to cry, literally cry like a little bitch. When it all folds. Like, wow.
Yeah, he was a bitch.
Wow, son.
You know what I walk away thinking? It's like, with the right influence, the right touch, man, you could put together a festival.
He needs to not, but he can't ever do that again.
Yeah.
It's like he'll never, I don't really think anybody will be able to start up a new festival for a while. I think it's just going to be difficult, but wow, man, this was just a huge fucking mistake. Like this could have actually worked. You were the chosen one.
Nah,
he wasn't. He had everybody's eyes.
We were rooting for, or they were rooting for you. They were all rooting for you.
We were rooting for you.
I refuse to. He looked like he voted for Trump. I don't root for you.
Oh,
no, that's very true.
He definitely did.
You a Trump supporter.
He's definitely a Trump supporter.
Go suck some dick in the feds. That's how soft you are. You gonna get your booty taken in federal prison.
Oh, no.
Well, since he's a teacher in the class, they only tickle it. They don't take it.
They tickle his booty.
Oh God.
Wow.
With their penis.
And that's a way to end this.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Tickle it with their
penises.
This was a Reviewing That Show, ladies and gentlemen. It's that active guy, Mr. Bats. Hi, Marty's gotten way past his limit.
He has.
Now I understand why Larry Universe made a safe word. Because when High Marty gets past his limit, anything goes. This is Evil Marty. This is Mr. Bats. This is Martin Bats Bradford. I'm in the building, man. Hit us up at reviewingdat@gmail.com. We want you to send us whatever you think is worth reviewing. We got reviews in the reviews. I'm high. We got reviews in the pipeline that's coming soon. We got new shit that's coming soon. And yeah, man.
We got shit.
We got a whole bunch of that shit.
Yeah.
You dig?
Shits. The doo-doo. The poopity poop.
The poopity poop.
Shit. Oh, I started watching Greenleaf. Sorry.
Shouts out to Keith David.
Yeah.
Did you? How you digging it? My lady loves it. She's...
It's good.
Really into it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Sorry, random. Let's start about that.
Yeah, we would have let you talk about it, but we're leaving.
Yeah,
we're getting out of here.
We're going bye-bye.
want to leave.
This is J.Steel, guys.
There we go.
Who?
Mike Jones.
I believe it. I believe it.
You shouldn't have did that. It's your fault.
Oh my God.
You freaking asshole.
That's who it is.
281-330. No. Hi, it's J.Steel. You can follow me on Instagram at @IamJSteel_. You can also follow my food blog at FatGirlNola. Because I be eating shit. Also go follow TheMisbelief at TheMisbelief.
Are they like a radio podcast?
They are a radio podcast program.
Radio show podcast.
Radio show podcast. Okay.
It's a radio show podcast.
Oh, wow.
That's what the Misbelief
Let's
is. A
definitely
Misbelief radio
get that
show
right.
podcast.
The RSP.
Yeah.
This is your favorite host. Hi, Marty.
Hi.
You can find me at MartyEdwards 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snap at the chat. Also go to lowrainpictures.com. Click on the Your30 tab where I co-host the show there with what's his name? The Arrogant Observer, because he's probably listening and I can't really talk shit. This isn't a safe space anymore for me. But I'm kidding. It's fine. It's terrible. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
But the Your30 podcast isn't terrible.
Yeah, it's not. You should click on it
and it's totally 90 minutes.
It is.
Every rep.
Yeah.
90 minutes.
We're gonna have to change our names now.
We're gonna change the name.
It's official. Thanks.
Just letting you know.
Yeah, I want the world to know. I'm announcing it here.
Because these two fuckers really thought they could do a 30-minute podcast every week.
Nah, not anymore, man. Marty gets too high. Hi, Marty. He's high.
And we out. That's such a petty ass laugh.
And it was.
That was such a petty snicker.
I wasn't gonna say nothing. I just
know,
let it ride. Yeah,
I don't have a hearty laugh because it hurts.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
That's
You can only give petty. Okay.